What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King again. There, chat the damn thing again. And people, as you can see, you don't know, we have the Reggae Boyz national team head coach, senior men's team head coach, interim head coach, Rudolph Speid, that will be joining us in a bit. People, want to see what just going quiet? YouTube was down. Like YouTube was actually down, people. That's crazy. But we're there nonetheless. I don't know, on a Tuesday evening, and we are gonna be having the head coach of the Reggae Boys team in an interview. We're gonna ask him some questions. I don't know, people. We have some questions written down. If you're joining, um, do please go ahead and smash the like button. Go ahead and smash that like button. Share the link. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll have a good little reason over here. We're gonna try and get through a few of you guys' questions as well. People, the questions, please chat. Use up the super chat tonight, people, because we might not show to all of you guys' questions. But I promise you, if you use a super chat, your question will be asked. You get me? I say, but yeah, people, so we're there up on a Tuesday evening. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you feeling? You see me? I know that for me, people, no lies, and I know the coach so forward, and when him forward, me I go have a constructive reasoning, but it's kind of an honor for really say we can have the head coach of the national football team and really make him hear some of our concerns. You get me? I say ask him some of our questions. It's really an honor. If say all right, then the coach really I take time out time there for really talk to a little YouTuber, you know what I mean? But yeah, people, so yeah, man, big up on yourself to everybody we are checking. People to do go ahead and smash the like button. In the meantime, before the coach forward, let's take a look at the squad, because yes, people, we have a game upcoming. So Jamaica Reggae Boys have a game upcoming against Martinique, and this game will be played on the 21st. Let me see if I can bring up the fixture and bring up the squad so far for everybody. Let's take a look at what's happening first. So we have a match upcoming against Martinique on the 21st, which is this Saturday. So people, let me try and get the squad on screen so we can take a look at the squad in the meantime, in between time, and see what go on. You get me? I say, because this squad is a 100% local squad. Because as you guys know, it's not a international window. But people not hear me loud and clear, make sure so the audio is loud and clear and everything is set. But big up yourself to everybody we are checking early. Derek, big up yourself. Michelle Sayers in the building. Farmer is here. People, Farmer, I remind to go ahead and smash that like button. Dan Carleone, we make the big reading them there. Big up yourself, and big up yourself to everybody we are checking from early. Big up yourself. All right, so let me see if I can get the squad up on screen in the meantime, in between time, so we can take a look at the squad and see exactly what is happening. So I'm going to try and bring up the squad, people, and then we can just see what go on with the squad, because squad has been announced, squad drop, match announced, and this one was done a bit different, and I think probably that is one of the reasons why the coach is doing things a bit different, because usually you would have a press conference. So there was not a press conference. And again, people, I think the team supposed to have touched down in Martinique now. Again, when the coach come, we can just clarify that. But I think the team is supposed to be in Martinique right now. I think the coach supposed to just reach Martinique as well. So I don't know how do you get to Martinique. The players them good jet lag and all of these things. But this is the squad on your screen right now. This is the squad, and this squad goes a bit like goalkeepers Daniel Russell and Tafari Chambers. And when I think about the goalkeepers, I know that Tafari Chambers of Mount Pleasant, Daniel Russell is of Portmore United. But very interesting. Again, I think the keeper from Portmore United there, a keeper picked up an injury recently from Portmore United and had to be stretchered off. And So we are say all the best to the keeper there, hopefully speedy recovery. But yeah, so Tafari Chambers from Mount Pleasant, Daniel Russell. When I say Daniel Johns to people, DJ Daniel Russell from Portmore United, Stevie Young also from Portmore United, Tyreek Zimenez people. So Zimenez is back in also from Portmore United. Kyle Ming again from Mount Pleasant, Fitzroy Cummins of Mount Pleasant again, Giovanni Leng of Cavaliers, along with Christopher Ainsworth, that's also off from Cavaliers, Kimani Campbell from Waterhouse FC, and Robina Garden, people. It is Robina Garden out of the Phoenix camp. Kemar, oh yeah, so Robina Garden is there, or is listed in the squad. It should be there. In midfield, you have Adrian Reed Jr. from Cavaliers, Shamar Watson from Cavaliers, Dwayne Allen from Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers trio is in midfield, along with Nikhil Ellis of Racing United, Dwight Merrick of Montego Bay United, and Jaim National Thomas of Arnett Garden. So people, this midfield, very interesting. Very interesting. You have the two out and out number 10s in Dwight Merrick and Nikhil Ellis. You get me? I say in attack now, so you have Warner Brown and his partner, and I would say, I don't know if you'd say his partner, because really and truly, Rhyme Edwards has been the man on fire this season so far. So Warner Brown and Rhyme Edwards, both of Mount Pleasant, is there. Daniel Green, also of Mount Pleasant, along with Tajay Grant people. Tajay Grant from Racing United would have gotten his first call up. Rashiki Nelson, also from Arnett Gardens, would have gotten a call up, along with the inform Nikhila Fuller. So yeah, people, so that is the squad you can see on screen. A few changes from the last squad out, because I think the last squad we were able to have a few players from the USL. So this is a 100% local squad, because again, there's no players really from, I guess the players from USL and MLS would have been in preseason, so it's expected that none of them are there. So it's a 100% local squad. And I think one of the things is that a lot of people, and again, we're going to ask the coach here what he have to say about it, but a lot of people criticize the games. But remember, people, even last year, I think these games, for me personally, I'm a fan of Jamaica football. Again, and me not do the local versus diaspora thing, but for me, when we get a chance to watch these games, last year we played Trinidad twice. I watched one of the games them doing on it, and for me, I know that not a lot of people are interested in those games, but for me personally, I am interested in those games based on the fact that you get a chance to see some players who you usually don't see in the in the national team. So again, we're gonna see some of the players again. I would know that it's a joy. And for me personally, I think that even the first game against Grenada, I think that some of the players, it would have brought them great joy and satisfaction and help boost them confidence and them ego. Because look at Nikhil Ellis from that last game. Again, Nikhil Ellis, not only Nikhil Ellis, Nikhila Fuller. Fuller scored how much free kick from then. So Fuller really, and I guess probably had the trajectory where him actually dip on. But in regards to some of the players, them really give them a chip on them shoulder, because it would have motivate them as well. So big up to everybody who are there in the comment section. Big up yourself, when I see you. Big up yourself, Fire in the building. Farmer is in the building. Big up yourself, Davian. Comedy, big up yourself. Coach Afford over here. Yeah, the coach will be with us in a few people. Coach did a day a long time. YouTube did down. Coach link me and say, ready, let's go. I'm lick on YouTube. YouTube down. Nikado, big up yourself, Nikado. Nikado make me know, say, yo, YouTube down. If you go live, nobody now gonna see us. So we had to put it off a bit. and wait on the coach. Again, I probably should start until the coach come because I really want to. We're not going to be long, people. We're not going to be long tonight because I'm going to try and make the lives palatable so people can really rewatch them on the replay because not everybody get to watch the lives live. But big up yourself to everybody. Fuller needs a move soon. Good little player. And again, Fuller is a good little player, but being a dead ball specialist also adds something special to him game. You get me? I say him when you're selling a player like Fuller, it's not just being an attacker. He's a dead ball specialist. That's priceless. People pay an extra premium for dead ball specialists. So yeah, let's see what happens with Nicaila Fuller. Again, always a mix up Nicaila Fuller and Nikhil Ellis. I don't know. You see me? And again, even a player like Dwight Merrick. Merrick just seemed to pick up continuous form as well. So I know that a lot of people not hear the name Dwight Merrick, but me I tell the people, silky left footer, keep an eye on him as well. People, I think the coach has blessed us with his presence right now, so you don't know we have to go right into the interview and we get the right setup and remove the squad off the screen so I can have the coach on screen as always should. Set it up. Blessed good night, coach. You hearing me well? All is well. Mic check, audio check, everything is well. You hearing me, coach?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, hearing you loud and clear, coach. So first and foremost, coach, blessings, Sir Speid. I must say thank you for joining me. It's really an honor. Let me make sure I tell you, it's really an honor. I know that it's not your first time on the channel, but it's an honor because it's the first time I am getting the opportunity. I know that I've been to press conferences already and I get a chance to talk to the national team coaches all the time, but to actually have an interview on the channel as you becoming the actual national first team coach of the Reggae Boyz, it's really an extra honor. And I have to say congratulations because I know say a lot, and not a lot of people would have said congratulations, but more at the time I want to also say congratulations for taking up the new role as the head coach because I know it comes with a lot of pressure. So thank you for joining the show, Coach Speid, and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure. You know, I try to do as make myself be accessible to the public as much as possible, but sometimes I'm just kind of busy, so that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, man, definitely. First and foremost, coach, how are you doing? Because I know that you guys just arrived over there in Martinique. I was told about the travel to Martinique. See, I know normal and go around the world. I'm back. You guys jet lag. How are you guys doing? Everybody reach safe. All is well. Everybody in a hotel. Everything blessed.
Yeah, man, everything good. Half of the team is here because to go to Martinique is really difficult travel. We have traveled there before, and I think when we went there travel, we actually took a yacht from St. Lucia go over, but this time we'll go by the plane. It was, 4 stops, but we're really safely and everybody's in the hotel now.
Okay, and the other half of the team is slated to join up when? Tomorrow?
On Thursday. They're leaving tomorrow overnight in Miami, I think, and then they travel straight down. So they should have it a little bit easier than us.
Okay. All right, coach. Nice to hear that. First question, though, coach. We're getting on the way. First question, because I have a few questions written down this time. Prepared, coach. I'm kind of prepared a little bit. How do you describe a Rudolph Speid coaching style, and what percentage would you say is focused on man management, and what percentage is focused on the tactics? Mainly, me I basically ask, are you a bit more like Klopp or Pep Guardiola? But coach, I think me I hear a bit of noise in the background.
I tell you, say over here at carnival time,
Yeah, I think.
So it's nice that there's a road beside the hotel, and the people, I think they're making some noise and having a good time. So.
Oh, wow.
I think they have carnival today and tomorrow, so we're going to have a look at disturbance. Well, let's hope they move on and we can continue.
Okay, people, so on the pardon the noise in the background, Coach K, I don't know about that carnival over there in Martinique. The people them enjoy themselves, but all right, it kind of second long. So we have that's where I could do people. The best way I do. People, remember to smash that like button again. people we're gonna take a few questions from the comment section, but mainly using the super chat because there's gonna be a lot of questions we can't answer all the questions or read out all the questions. So people when you use up super chat, if you use up super chat, your question will be surely asked. But yeah, as I was saying, coach, your style of player, how you describe your style of play? Are you more Klopp than Pep? Do you get your are you the coach where you get your players for run through brick walls for you? Or are you coach where more hang up on the tactics and the technical side of it? Describe Rudolph Speid coaching style for us.
So the modern game is really, a lot of it is pace and power, the modern game, right? So, I mean, and people are learning more and more how to play without the ball as to play with the ball. So as you can see, even Pep had to change his style a little bit. Klopp is a different type of coach. I think he's the heavy metal type of coach. All the Liverpool fans can tell us when Klopp came there and when he left, I doubt Klopp had 3 players left from when he came there because of how he works them so hard. Players are saying, listen, I can't earn a living somewhere else, So, but when it comes to football, though, I don't look at it like that. I look at the opponent and believe that there are problems to be solved, and whatever strengths they have, I try to get it to become weaknesses. So I'm always looking for what we call the meta, the most effective tactics available to play a team, and that's what I always look out for. It worked for me so far in my coaching career, and it's something that I will continue to do.
Okay. So with that said, though,
whether I look like Pep or I look like Klopp, for the occasion, that's what we're going to do. That's what I try to do.
Okay. With that said, though, who are or were some of your coaching idols growing up, or coming up as a coach?
Truth is, the person who I really think is more like is really Sir Alex Ferguson, right? But you Manchester United fans, don't get it twisted. I don't like Manchester United. That's not my team, right? But Sir Alex Ferguson was really, he had a winning mentality. I just admire that about him. He knows when not to beat the team and just beat some players. He knows every time what he needs to win a title, like when he went for Van Persie. And he knows how to make sure that he's in charge all the time. Those are things that I admire about him. The other coach that I admire is really Richard Williams. I think I told you before, because Richard Williams is Serena and Venus was didn't know anything about tennis. I don't even know if they have talent. He just saw I think it's Regina King playing tennis on the TV and say his girl is gonna be number 1 or number 1 or number 2, and then he just worked towards it. So I'm thinking that's uncanny for somebody to achieve that, and so that's for instance, is a legend.
Okay. All right then. So also while we're on that, but coming up as a coach and doing your coaching badges, who would be some of your mentors, that really take you under them wings so far in you doing your badges?
Well, it's not really the badges is one, but you see, is a journey if you really want to learn to coach properly. It's not really the badges because anybody can pass tests, and pass examinations. It's not that hard, especially if he's some academic. So I can tell that Wendell does all everybody. It seems to talk all sorts of crap about him. I remember when he was doing his thing with FIFA as a technical director, he would say, Speid, come to the meetings with me, and then he would ask permission, and I would be in the meetings with him. And I don't remember the name of the gentleman now, but he would have taught us a lot, how to deal with things in football. So that was one of them. It's someone that I talked to a lot to, Wendell Dunzel. Anton Carneal from Trinidad, again, is somebody that I have a lot of conversation with. And then I'm in some groups, some coaches groups that we talk trash some of the time, but sometimes we talk some serious things. You can learn a lot of things from these coaches who have such vast experiences. You know what they say though. You learn more from somebody who knows what they're talking about in 20 minutes than you learn from reading books in a month. So I was fortunate to meet those people. And then recently, Dave, he coached Arteta, he coached the train Yaya Toure, he coached Thierry Henry, and a lot of other top coaches in the pro license. He's the one who I'm learning from now. doing my pro license badges. So man, I really meet a lot of good people in the football. I'm one of the person that I'm a coach and educator, as you know. So at the time, FIFA people would come down to and do their courses, and I would talk to really top people who knows what they're doing. And I just try to drain everyone for all the knowledge that they have. I mean, even I went to lunch with Bold Coach, and I try to drain all the knowledge that he has too. So it's very interesting. How you learn, you really have to talk to people and learn from each other.
Yeah, coach. And as you talk about those people that you learn from, the other day I saw you at what's the FIFA rule? What's happening with the FIFA rule? Because I saw you on the board with FIFA. I think Arsene Wenger was there. I think I see some great coaches were there as well. I mean, I say that was a proud moment. But what's happening with the FIFA rule, seeing that you are now the head coach of the national team, and what was that experience like? Both questions.
So it was a great experience. What we met was with the technical committee. So I'm going to give you a little joke, because I was there, and when everybody had to introduce themselves, I introduced myself, but I didn't say anything that I was the head coach of Jamaica, because I was kind of ashamed, because, everybody keep on saying you're conflicted, you have all of these rules. And then when we in the meeting, there was 3 other coaches in there that coaching the national team too, and being on the FIFA board, and they were saying, oh, well, I am national coach. And then at the end, the people them start clap them, yeah, we have national team coach. And I was just there, I want to say, if I should just say, yeah, give me back the mic, because I didn't tell you that, I was interested. That was really fun. I met Wenger, I met him when he was there. And I didn't take a picture of him, but I mean, Caroline Edwards, who came with us, she's on one of the FIFA boards. I was taking a picture of her and him. But he's the head of, as you know, the development for FIFA, the talent development scheme. So I would have gone to like meetings with him. I mean, I wouldn't like Zoom. They talk about lots of stuff. So very smart man. I would have done courses that he would have also given us forward and those things. One of the most significant thing that he said that whenever he meets a player that he used to coach, really top player, he would ask them if they did their best. And every single one of them, even top players, legends, would say, no, coach, we didn't do our best, we could have always done better. So this is a lesson that I learned from him. And he said he looked into himself and said, sometimes I saw them slacking off, and I could have done better too, to talk to them and get them to perform better. And this is like over 2 years now. I just live with me since that, a lot of times the player don't give them all and the coach don't give them all. And I've been trying to work towards that goal now, that both the coach and the player give them all, and see what the difference in results would have been. So that really was a humbling lesson I learned.
Yeah, definitely. So coach, so I know that you've had many different roles, many different positions, and many different boards in your life, but what do you say becoming the national team head coach is the most difficult, most pressurizing role that you have ever stepped into in your whole entire life? How does this one rank with the previous roles that you have done?
No, look, no. As I said people before, this is, I've done a lot of things in my life, right? I used to be the FC for the Gleaner Group, and we had companies in England, Canada, USA. We had 2 in Canada and 2 in the UK. I used to manage. We had Sangsa bookstores. I was the managing director for a while, about 3 years. I've had some of the biggest always in Jamaica being board members who, when it comes to smart and to look at angles of different handles. And my biggest thing in those rooms was to try and make sure that they couldn't ask me any questions that I couldn't answer, or they couldn't come up with a problem that I couldn't solve. And I was young, probably from 30, I was taking that type of pressure. So pressure, no, I don't look at pressure the way other people look at pressure. Yeah, pressure me, I'll probably get better. I mean, I want the pressure really, because life is so boring if everything just hunky-dory. And you can just deal with everything. I'm not the boring type.
All right, so you spoke about Wendell Downswell, but Afi, stop right here and say big up to Downswell and the U17 team for actually qualifying for the World Cup. And you spoke about him being basically a mentor to you. But that was such a big accomplishment. However, coach, that qualification, do you think we can somehow use this qualification to help as motivation for the senior team to help us get over the line? Will you be using it in your team talks?
Not really. But let me just go back. Just finish with Mr. Donzel. This is the 5th team that he's going to the World Cup with in a position as a technical staff, right? That would have been one of the greatest achievements of any coach in the world. Definitely not Jamaica, but in the world, most coaches would not have gone. Some coach I've known, like Bora, would have gone with 5 teams to the World Cup, but there are 5 different there are different countries. Donzel would have stick it out here. So, I mean, yeah, he's really top jaw. He's just quiet and unassuming, and people believe that he doesn't. But what is more significant with that under 17 team, I must say it here and everywhere, is that is a product of the TDS program. When we established the National Academy, there was, I think, 11 players on that team that came to the TDS program and 7 starters. So, and Mr. Donzel was the one who oversaw the TDS program, So, no, it's not normal. And I think this is one of the things that we can use. Not for short term, because we kind of always think short term. I'm thinking that based on how strong our National Academy is, both on the girl and the boy side now, I'm thinking that we won't wait 15 years again to qualify for another Youth World Cup. That won't happen based on the program that we have put in place. Yes. So no, I think the senior boys should be very jealous of what the under 17 were able to achieve. I tell you why. Canada is ranked number 3 in CONCACAF, right? Everybody thought, okay, Canada is a walkover. And I've seen some YouTubers who said Canada was a walkover. But, when I was talking to Mr. Dunson, I would always talk about football almost every day. And him tell me when I beat Canada, I didn't have any doubt. So Canada gone. Canada couldn't win. I didn't have one doubt in my mind. If anybody asked me, I would have tell them, say, Jamaica go win, and it's not even going to be close. As a matter of fact, the penalty dubious. That was how confident I was that he would be. As a matter of fact, from they met the job, me and him sit down and we talk, and him say, me I got a World Cup, and I say, true. And him just doing things, what I mean? It was amazing. I'm telling you, the day before, him plan out when I beat Canada, and everything goes according to plan. Lock down the right wing, don't make him make no crosses, lock down the 5, lock down the 10, everything, force them back, and then we use the PSO where nobody can stand up to. It's a deadly counter attack. So everything was planned out to a T, and I'm telling that with all his experience, him do the A license last year, and because of that, him have knowledge and experience put together. Really top coach.
Yeah, definitely. So next question is, coach. What are the major differences so far you've seen between club football and now? I know it's only one game in, one practice match against Grenada, but what are some of the major differences you've noticed so far between club football and country and coaching the country?
Definitely there is a gap. A big enough gap, too significant that you would notice it. What happened in the national team, though, you have all the players is above a certain standard. In the club football, either you're limited by players where you can get, or the money where you have to spend, or geography or something. So all the players are not of the same caliber. But in the national football, all the players are good. And the problem that I notice is everybody have an opinion. Every time they can hurry. I don't want to call them crazy people, but some people call me and I introduce some players to me every single day. Some players just playing at them backyard alone. Some people have no contract, them not playing a professional football. Some people tell me they must speak schoolboy. Some of it is like, okay, all right. So, and then you have to talk to everybody, but I'm telling you, yeah, the pressure different. Then some people call and say, pick pure local, and the next people call and say, don't pick no local. And Speid, these are the team you have to start. And people say, no bother with him, man. Them call him crazy, exciting though. But one of the things that I found though is that, you see the man them on the streets are the biggest motivator. I've not seen a person on the street yet that negative towards me when it comes to the national team. And I'm a person who walk on the street a lot, right? Because I use it for exercise. So I will come out of my office and walk down the street for 400, 800 meters and come back up or walk out to the money machine or something. And the people on the streets, may I tell you, everywhere the Jamaican people on the streets just positive and I say, yes, you can do it, go and do it for us. I think that is one of the reasons why. And then I'm saying, yes, me I gotta do it. So me have to try to keep my word. And then I don't know what I'm going to do if we don't do it. It's different motivation than somebody who probably don't live here and then just, they lose and they take the players, fly away back, and it don't even matter to them because they're just dropping another scenario. So those are some of the things that I find unique about Jamaica. And, I'm enjoying it. I am not pressured or anything. I'm enjoying it.
Okay. So we're gonna come around to the games, the practice games, because in the streets, this is a question that's asked a lot. The teams that you had not yet chosen are the teams that we're playing against. We're gonna play against Martinique. Would have played against Grenada. Why those two teams specifically, as it relates to the preparation for the World Cup playoffs? Why Martinique and why Grenada? Why did you choose Grenada?
No, we would have preferred other teams, because we try our best to get. For a long while, we had lined up like a Bolivia. Even the other day, we were trying to get Iraq, and they had looked positive for a while. But eventually, we're not the only person in the hemisphere. Bolivia went and played Panama in the time that we wanted to play them, and then we tried to get Suriname, and they said no because only 2 local players they had, and it would make sense. So another team that would qualify for World Cup, they wasn't interested in playing any match outside of a FIFA window, etc. So when Grenada came calling, so we played. Partly because remember we have this development part of it with national program where we try to give players development early in the year, and then Martinique is a French colony, so we hope there's some similarities. But I think both teams will probably play us the same deep low block, just like when New Caledonia would do. So it gives us a chance to see if we can pry open that low block, because it won't be the usual game where I think we'll get opportunities to hit them on the break so much. Is more like we have to keep possession and try and look for opening. So we could have tried to get a harder team to play, but again, then we don't have all of our players either that going to play in March. So the first game was more intense because we had probably about 9 players on it that that was in our 52, and we were looking at them intently. So to get a good look at them was great. But one of the most significant things, though, significant thing is that the coaching staff, being new, need to practice too, right? You need to know the coaches and the people around you who is efficient, if that's the person you want to go to war with. And you need to know that before you go into March. Instead of just going to March with new staff and players that you have never seen before, these 2 practice games would have given us a way in. And there's another factor, because football is so complex these days. So what I'm trying to do now with the team, we'll probably be doing a similar thing come March. So if you know how adults learn, they learn in a lot of different ways, right? Of course, you can show them with videos, you can go on the field practically and show them, but they also learn from their peers. So if I am trying to impart something, but I have 2, 3, 4, 5 persons there who would have gone through what I'm trying to impart, then they can help me to impart that on the players. So this modern game is not just the coach alone do everything, players help too. So I thought getting the practice was important for us.
Yeah, because a lot of people say, how many of these players that are actually there? Because you spoke about the last squad where there were more players that was in your original 52. Again, I'm not sure what's happening with that 52, if it's still, because I think you did an interview afterwards to say that you were not going to bother to fill the 60 because it's no longer a requirement. But you had, even now, this camp, there's less players that was in that original 52 But how many of these players that's currently in this squad you would say realistically stand a chance? Because when I think about it, coach, and this is the thing, I know that motivation is important because even playing the match, no, I think that is all the players on this list in their mind thinking that they still have a chance to impress. But are you looking at it that way to say that it's a open slate for all these players and they still have a chance to impress?
Yeah, so let me just correct something. We are, based on what is happening, we're supposed to put in like 35 players 30 days before we play the first game. So the 26th of this February,
okay,
we're going to be putting in at least 35 players, but we can add players to that. So there's no there is an open-ended list eventually, right?
Okay.
But I think what FIFA would probably want us to do to ensure that we look like we know what we are doing in terms of registering the players and for playing in the league. So we have to put in 35. Right. So that is what we're doing now. So we would have had probably the 35 persons ready, but 34 to be exact ready for put in, and then we can always add other players to it. As it relates to the players who are playing now, so we really don't have to make a decision until probably another 10 days. 9 days, which is what I'm looking at. So we'll probably meet next week and then just firm up the players that want to register in the first instance, and then we'll move on from that. So yeah, players have an opportunity, but also if you think about it, we were going to try and carry 26 players to the tournament, but suppose we carry on 26 players and then a couple of them get injured for whatever reason, then definitely of all the local players that we have, there will be 11 that we say, you know what, one for each position, if anything happen, and we have to drop them sudden, we just drop one of them sudden. These are for fly from Jamaica. It's probably more of a cover more than play, but it is a fly from Jamaica to Mexico than to try and get somebody from Europe. If there's a sudden disturbance, somebody get injured suddenly after we have played the 26.
Okay, all right. So thanks for clearing that one up. Now, as it relates to the coaching staff, we spoke about coaching staff about this. This is basically practice for you and your coaches as well to get to see what they're like. But two of your assistant coaches that you would have named, Miguel Coley and Donaldson, I don't think I've seen them pictured with you so far. What's the situation there, and what's like the timeline when you guys will actually be meeting up? I think I heard you on interview saying that you guys meet on Zoom, but physically, will they be there in Martinique, and what's the timeline if they won't be there?
No, they'll not be here in Martinique, but they'll be there for March. But we'll meet every week, sometime twice a week on Zoom, and discuss whatever we need to discuss. The games that we have played, the players, everything, the organization that we want to have, the style of play, or tactics against the different opponents. Yeah, we'll meet and have extensive discussions about that. Scouting players, we have report on all the players. All of that is necessary work, and we're doing all of that. Of course, most coaches will tell you that we're not going to lock in the tactics probably 3-4 days before the match. That's how it will go. No matter how much you talk, when you really lock in, what you're going to do is probably 3-4 days before the game. So by the time we'll have everybody together.
Okay, because I think a lot of persons were concerned because they're not seeing you guys physical. But are you privy to say why Coley and Donaldson are not there as yet? Or
yeah, but they have their substantive jobs, because remember,
Okay.
interim appointment, they really couldn't leave their jobs for an interim appointment as the one that we are giving them. So we understand that, but they contribute tremendously to the program in every single way, because it's a lot of work. Go. For instance, I'll just give an example. They would be looking at the players to see who will fit in whatever system that we would play. So if we say, okay, we'll play like Pep, okay, so these are the players. If we say we'll play like Klopp, say, okay, so these are the players. If we'll play this formation, these are the players. If we'll play that other formation, these are the players. So all of those what-if scenario, they're doing good works and going through all of those. So whenever we come to the day and say, this we are going to play, we could just put up a chart and tell you the players who are more suited to play that. So all of those work we are doing at the background, and there's these two players coaches have a lot of experience and very significant contribution.
Okay. So coach, the former coach was big on Y Scout. He was big on Y Scout. We had a lot of interviews where he talked about Y Scout. But with data analytics in football now, how do you say that you're a coach? Are you a coach that is heavily on data or more on the eye test? Where are you on the scale with using data? Because it's a modern game, and I think everybody I use data. So how are you with the data side of the game?
Look, even from I met Bora like maybe 20 years ago, him say one thing to me, him say speed. You must know even what the other coach eat for breakfast. You must know everything about the team, man, everything about the players then. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
data is a big part of knowing that, reading up on everything that they do, follow them up, ask people who are near to them, who would have seen them play. That's what we're doing. We're making sure that we know everything about every player, all their preferences, their strengths and weaknesses that we're going to play against. It is so good there's only two teams, so it's kind of easier for us zero in and focus. We have all the games that they would have played and looking at them regularly, sometimes as a group and sometimes individually. And data is big thing for us now.
Okay, well, coach, you just said there's two teams now. The interesting part now, Japan, because we should have gotten a. I was looking on the internet yesterday to see if a final decision would have been made with this DR Congo and Nigeria situation. So I've been asking myself, coach, where are you with that situation in terms of preparation? Are you reviewing Nigeria as well, just in case? I know that we need to focus on New Caledonia, but I would think that the scouting would have expanded to DR Congo because we saw where you went down there to the Afghan to watch DR Congo. But is it in your thought, any at all, that it might just be Nigeria? And are you being kept up to date? Probably have some, I guess you can't get insider information if nobody get to you, but where are you with that in terms of thought process with Nigeria and DR Congo? And are you scouting both teams at the moment, or you just focusing on DR Congo and New Caledonia?
No, just New Caledonia and DR Congo. I mean, if FIFA is going to make a rule, then they'll make it. I don't want, so if they make it, then we know we have to change focus. But I don't know if they're going to make that ruling, for the simple reason that DR Congo did not beat them alone. Did not beat Nigeria, they beat other teams too. So why wouldn't those teams claim that, okay, it should be me? I just think the real ruling should be that, just make Jamaica and New Caledonia play for it title. And done there. That should be.
Well, you think that's a realistic thing?
I don't know. But that's fair because the truth, DR Congo would have beaten other teams before they beat Nigeria. So that team would have said, then if you let back in Nigeria, then me have to go play Nigeria, for the one spot, So it's difficult. It's a difficult decision by FIFA. At the end of the day, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we just keep going and preparing as we should.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to look at player specifically. I know that coaches don't like talk about specific players, but as it relates to players and chemistry, are you guys, you and your coaching staff are looking at like players that play at the same club? Because I know that you won't have a lot of time to actually have these players in like a training session. For example, a Recop Henry and a Ethan Pinnock that would have been familiar at the same club. I guess probably not much of Burrell and Isaac Hayden, but like even I would say the closest to that is probably Richard King, and I don't know. I think it's been touted in the media that it's possible we can get his center of pairing. But are you guys thinking about those partnerships at club level? And Bobby Reid and a Whisper that's also at club level. How many thought you guys have put into stuff like that?
Yeah, we think about all of that. I mean, you talk about Freckleton that played Richard King now, right? Yeah, we're looking at their partnership. Sometimes they are really good, sometimes they are really bad. I mean, so we're looking at all of those things. But I don't believe that it will be a factor, but not the main factor. Remember, we have our criteria already. That's a listen. So if you're 2 years at a club and one year not playing, no, that you don't get a pass because your teammate is playing every day in day out. No, other people will be there in their team playing day in day out. One of the things though that we're committed to do is not to put people in the wrong positions, because once you have them in the correct position, they would have seen any scenario that comes up 1,000 times. So even although they might not be so familiar, if they are playing and they're in the right position, I think we'll probably have a preference to put that particular player on the pitch. The player who's playing, have better form, and play monstrous game day in, day out, instead of trying to say, well, I'm teammate. No, I think the person who is deserving and will meet the criteria will play.
Okay, and in regards to the criteria, since you brought it up, coach. So reading the criteria, I wanted for you to clarify something for me, because we saw the bulletin. Was it that in selecting the squad, and again, I guess we're not asking the squad what it is, but in selecting the squad, is it that you're trying to find as much players as possible from the top 20 leagues in the world? So if you find 26 from the top 20 league, that's the first criteria. I know that the intricacies, because probably like a rule like goalkeeper, in terms of finding 3 or 4 goalkeepers from the top 20 might be a bit more difficult. So does it move down? So it starts with the top 20 leagues in the world, then the top league in each country if you don't find that player in that position from the top 20 league. How does it work in theory? Because I think a lot of people, they kind of get it a bit confused.
Right. So when we look at DR Congo, because we like to talk about, they had 24 players that were playing in the top 20 league in the world. 24 in their squad. Or 24 would have played over the last year and a half in their squad that are playing in the top 20 league. Now, you know, better player make better teams, right? It's just obvious, right? And better players have a better chance of success more than lesser players. Although in a knockout scenario, if you check back, most of the upsets tend to come in a knockout where lower ranked teams beat higher ranked teams, right? So what we're looking at, trying to improve the squad every single time, because the truth is we lost. Nobody can deny, say, you know, we didn't go through. So maybe if there's chances to improve the squad, we should take them. So and also one of the things is that, as I said to you before, the amount of people that was calling me about all of these people, you know, should play. The criteria kind of help me. Some of them kind of back off now, because once we look at the criteria and them don't make it, I mean, you know, as I said, people in them backyard said they must play for the national team. So once I look at the criteria and then don't make it, then them kind of start realize that they shouldn't call me. So yes, so we're trying to get the best player possibly in the squad. And I thought that having the players in the top 20 leagues in the world would be a good place to start. And then of course, yes, I wouldn't say I was saying it's 1, 2, 3. I was just saying all 3 type of person qualify. I wasn't trying to say it's 1, 2, 3 really though. All 3 type of person qualify. Because suppose you have a top 20 player and him not playing. Maybe a player who playing at top league 9 country would better suit Jamaica, because the margins small now, you know. The difference between players are not so evident anymore, you know. Because you're in the Premiership and in the Championship. That don't mean you whole it better, you know, unless you're one of the top man in the club. And you can see people have gone up and down all the time. So yeah, it is really 3 criteria. There wasn't supposed to be a number 1, number 2, or number 3.
Okay, and as you talk about that, coach, I'm going to list out a few names, because these names were under 52. So Max Irans, Cameron Archer, Keenan Davis, Jaden Ebert, Corey Adai, Tyrese Hall, Ephraim Mason Clark. No, it's a reason why I list those 7 players, because they were on the 52. Plus other players that we have here touted around, like Miguel Freckleton, as you talk about. Louis Baker is also another name that's there. Have you gotten any confirmations from any of those names specifically that I just talk about? I just ask any confirmation. You don't have to give the names. If you want to give the names, you can go ahead still. But have you gotten any confirmation at all from those? I think 9 players I just listed. I
spoke to a couple of them. And say more than 80% of them passport, them get their citizenship. So we'll see.
80% people hear that breaking news. Coach trying to be as coy as possible, you know, but you hear that. So now when I'm working on the background silently, man, coach. Now put in the working on the background.
We have to. I mean, look, people don't like hear certain things, but the truth is, I mean, we ship bomb up in a qualifiers, so someone have to dead. So you guys you have to try to replace them. That's a fact. Someone have to dead. So if you someone are dead, you have to look for new new people.
Jano, man, Joan and they see people when I hear this.
Yeah, man, yeah,
Jaja,
Joe.
all over again. Now when they are breaking news. Man, Joan overseas. But one thing with you I clarify, even though you just say it, because you also said that these games are not developmental games. Was that specifically geared to like the younger players? Because people was asking about like what happened to a player like a Tyrese Hall that he is now playing senior football, but he's young and him probably it's like the criteria is kind of not so clear to like certain players because a player like him is owned by a Premier League player, like probably a top 10 player club in the world, but he's currently not playing for that club because he's currently on loan. And what about like players that are playing like U21 football and youth football, or are they being viewed now?
No, well, look, we did say, and we were aware of that, and that's why we said a contract. We never did say he must be playing for the club. We say
Okay.
contract, so that we take care of that.
Okay, yeah. I guess that makes that clear. But and for the players not playing senior football, because also I saw one post the other day say probably one of the youth them where win under 17 World Cup. Probably can get a look in. I don't know, but youth football, where are you with the players not playing senior football?
And their time would have been to play in the Grenada match and the Martinique match.
Serious business now. Business over.
Yeah, man. No, we can't play with people with Jamaica thing now. We have to get everything we got hard as we can. So in my mind, we're going into the game knowing what the player going to do, not what the player might do. And that's the difference.
Yeah, so I wanted to backtrack on the qualifiers a bit, coach, because I didn't get a chance to really see a few things that I would have analyzed. We're going to start with the game against Trinidad, right? So the game against Trinidad specifically, we rotated 3 players. Bowser, Pree, and Dexter. I think what was said after the game by the coach then was that those players were rotated because they were on yellow cards, those 3 players especially. So I don't know if you had a role to play in that, or what was your role to play in that? Because then the coaching staff realized that even losing to Trinidad, it would still come down to the same scenario of us needing a win against Curacao. So was that a coach's decision, or was that were you involved in that decision making?
Yeah, I know that that what was going to happen. I didn't really have a problem with it, but I don't know if that is really the reason why we don't go to World Cup. Is 2 flashpoints. The first game in Curacao, I thought that there were too many changes in that team. There was 4 changes in the defensive structure. I mean, remember King and Lowe, Gregory, and I think it was Lembakisa who had kept clean sheets in 2 games before. And then in the second game, we made 4 changes, 2 midfielders, central midfielders, and 2 defense changes. I thought that was probably just a little bit too much, so we lost that game over there. Nothing went for us. We didn't play bad, but then the Trinidad game, whatever happened with all of what you just talked about, we had a lead, we had 4 changes, and we were in the second half. I think we should have taken it home with better choices.
Better choices, all right. So, talking about better choices as well, coach. The Curacao game now. So, if you know me is a man where I like to focus on statistics. And one of the big stats them are from that game. And that's something that I notice is a trend with Jamaica. And I know a lot of coaches don't like XG. I don't know why I don't like XG, but it's like when I say XG, something's wrong with XG. I don't know. I guess it don't tell the full truth, right? However, one of the things I've noticed with the Jamaica team is that we create a lot of big chances. When we say a lot, we create more big chances than the next team and lose the game them said way. Now, one of the things I have identified is that like going into that game, and I know that the decision gone and it was made, but I just want to know that what was learned from those things. And one of the things I observe is that going into that round of games, we had players like Roman Boyle and Trivante who were really the hottest set of strikers out there. You as a coach, do you think that having your most informed players, especially strikers, it would be more beneficial, or you would expect your hottest striker them to take the chances more than a player that is not so hot? What's your thought about that?
Look, every coach think different and scenarios are always different. Boza has been our more prolific striker we ever have, if you look on the stats with all our forward player. So you'd be tempted to want to play him. And then there's levels to the game. I mean, those are the strikers that you're talking about, what type of levels they're playing in. Because if you're thinking about a top 20 team striker who's knocking in goals and another player who his league is ranked 60. Come on, you'll say even if the 60 man are knocking more regular, you might say, you know what, maybe we should stick right there. So and I think that is one of the reasons why some of the time players getting over the players. But I'm going to be really looking at all of those things, which we are, to make a decision, because at the end of the day, goal scorers are born, they are not made.
Yeah, definitely. So the next part of the team where people focus on midfield coach, the midfield. So Jamaica has always have an almighty issue in a midfield coach. But in recent months, the addition of like Isaac Hayden kind of really come help to solidify bolster the midfield, as you talk about not playing, we call it square pegs in round holes anymore, not playing like defenders in midfield, because that is the most, we call it now, players that will play out of positions, is to play defenders in midfield. Have you identified midfielders to help form part of your solution? And also, what would you say is the ideal Rudolph Speid midfield trio, for instance? I think the former coach spoke of his ideal trio in midfield is an enforcer, a ball carrier, and a creative midfielder. But what does ideal Rudolph Speid midfield trio looks like?
Well, first, you better be playing almost every week in, week out, because at the end of the day, midfield is such an intricate position to play. And I don't want to tell you what my midfield will look like, because people could good coaches can actually guess what I'm going to try and do if I say it. So I have to be very careful. But there will be midfielders. If you notice, every team that I've picked, even although people say we don't have a midfield, Grenada, I have 6 midfielders in the team, or 7. Because there are midfielders that we can draw on. So I have a feeling though that sometimes we'll pick team, we have 3 midfielders or 4 when they use 3. So then that is why we end up having to use a defender. I'm going to be picking players for position. So you'll find that some people get left out. I mean, if you're a third right back, you're not going to be in the team, because 2 is better than you. You need to be in the top 2 and sacrifice a midfielder, because we feel that some people should be in the squad same way. So that's not going to happen. But I don't want to go in too deep about what my midfielder is going to look like, but trust me, they'll be modern and can do a variety of things.
Hear that, people? Modern midfield. And I hear that from coach. Well, coach, in regards to this one is really quick, and I guess probably you can keep this close to the chest if you want to. But in regards to players that are missing the first game on yellow cards, you're still in consideration if you're gonna add some of those players to your squad. What's the thought process behind that?
Yeah, it's a real concern of us, because we think we might have 3 out. Real concern, 3 from 26 drop you down to 23, and you have to think about if you change up the team for the second game, or you keep the same team going. All of those permutations are working through them, but it's a real concern. It's very unfortunate that we don't have all the players to choose from. But at the end of the day, we have seen coaches like the English coach who would have dropped like Bellerin and said, no, we can't pick a guy, you don't know what me I do right now, So all of those things have to take into consideration. Does it make sense and balance about the team, or does it make sense because the player have such quality to keep them in the squad? So those decisions will finally make them next week.
Okay, you're still going to make those decisions. So okay, coach. In regards to the selection policy as well, I've always had this saying, coach. I'm always say it. You have exception for exceptional players, and I know that you list out your conditions, your criteria, your policies, but also I saw conditions applied in the conditions part. The other conditions may apply. Are you somebody that's looking at exceptions for exceptional players, and how are you as it relates to being a disciplinarian and a no nonsense kind of man manager?
No, the condition that will apply does not negate the selection policy.
Okay.
Conditions that apply are enhancement. So, for instance, one of the conditions was that you must be playing. So that, which means that, and I told you what my ideal player is. If you are eligible to play 14 games before Macaulay, you must play 7 out of 8 or more. That would be my ideal player. Anybody who play like 10, you're probably in the squad easy, because it tells me, say, you are playing, you're ready to go. Unlike somebody else who would have probably played 2 games out of 14. This is not the time for me to come and say, may I work with you? No. It's the other way around. When you can work for your country hard, give me everything you got, and you'd have that inherent competition where you try to win things week in, week out. That's the type of player we really want to be out there fighting for us. So the conditions are enhancement to the selection, not a way to cap out of what the selection should be. No, it's really helping.
Okay, because a lot of people did kind of never understand
use it
that
as a cap out. No. It really put things more in a perspective. So in other words, for you to just get in at the 100 people may I look for, you have to meet the criteria. Then the conditions apply for you to get nice squad.
Okay, understand. So coach, having failed to automatically qualify from the easiest group we have ever had on paper, let me say on paper, based on rankings also, what are some of the things that you and the coaching staff would have learned, or some of the major takeaway from those games that you would have realized that, all right, then we can't do this. If you want to say those things publicly, what are some of those things? And also, are you guys thinking about bringing in a sports psychologist to help with the players? Because I think that some of the players would have needed like a bit more boost to say that John Star will fail the nation and we'll let the nation and the easiest group. Are you thinking about bringing a sports psychologist to help with that aspect of it, or you don't think that's necessary?
I don't think we're going to use a sports psychologist for this. I think this selection is so key here as to the type of player that we're bringing who wants to look here. The first game is the 26th, right? We're not going to have the players until the 23rd, maybe the 24th before we have the first meaningful training session. We have to go through a lot of things in those 2 days, you know. I don't think we have a space for the psychologist when we have to go through what we're trying to achieve, or we're going to play each opponent. It's going to be like really a packed day. And as if you know, psychologists work is them test, look, and then figure out what they need to do. We don't have the time for that. We want some warriors for drop in Jamaica and get ready for go to war.
Okay, coach. All right. On that though, how do you plan on coping with some of the big name players that are to come into the team? How do you plan on managing those egos that will be there? Or what are you gonna draw from to help you to manage those egos?
What's ego? We just lose. Which ego?
Yes, nobody not supposed to have no ego.
Yeah, you get one easy soup, as you know, say easy soup and no qualify, you get ego. Which ego?
Coach. All right, so coach, I'm gonna quote from our captain. He said in a post, well, it's not a post. I saw a post that the captain said lately that we need the right players, not the best players. What are your thoughts about that? What was your major takeaway from that quote?
No, I think him really means him need the best players. So 'cause the right players is the best players. I mean, I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
Other thing he's trying to say is really what I'm trying to say in terms of the players, when they turn up their mental state, everything when them try to come to achieve for them country and for
Yeah.
themselves. So I think it's really the same thing him saying. It's not necessarily name brand, is who are going to do the business. I think that's what he's trying to say. And I agree with him.
Okay, definitely. So while we're on that topic, Coach, will there be any change to the leadership group in terms of what do you think your leadership group will be like, or will you allow the players to pick amongst themselves, or things won't change much? You have an idea in mind
No, no,
about
no.
your leadership group?
No, the leadership group of the players is not our prerogative. They choose whosoever they want to have in their leadership group. My coaching staff is fixed already. There will be no changes to it. Whosoever you see, those are the people. And as I was explaining before, look, everybody have their own different reason why they want to come out and play for the national team, right? We have our reasons too why we want to be a part of the coaching staff. The JFF have them reasons why they want to go to World Cup. You have your reason why you're so interested in us qualifying.
Yeah.
My job is just to bring everybody together and make sure say the reasons are so strong that everybody will cooperate, for the one goal. As I said before, look, all that we feel, we know the both are way now. We have to make amends. It's gonna be tough. It is tougher than qualifying in the group stages that we just went through. So as I said before, everybody have to leave them ego at the door and let's work together to get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. So Coach, have you touched base with any of the current players or the players that were in the current previous squad? Have you managed to touch base with any of those players as yet, or you're planning to have a talk with the team once everybody comes together?
No, I've spoken to some players. Some of them call me. Some agents call. I have not gone out of my way to call players though. I have not done that because again, I don't have a squad yet. So instead of calling 100 players, as soon as I have a very good idea, which I kind of have a very good idea, we'll finalize by next week, then I'll be talking to some more people. In addition, remember that we still have some people who get them citizenship. So those things we have to lock down. So we're doing the work on the back end and not trying to go in front and try to call all sorts of people. I must warn you though, a lot of people think it's such a good idea to call all of the players. I don't think so. So that's a different opinion though. Because in the past I've seen where players would stick up the coach and say, if me come here to play me. And I've seen in the past where, you get too close to a player and you try to discipline them, then them revolt. I've been seeing players who say they want to go back home. And when you kind of talk it through, you figure they think they're going to play and they never get to play as much as them would. So yeah, I have first-hand knowledge of some of those things. So I don't know if it's a good strategy to get too chummy and try to talk to everybody, because once you start to talk into a conversation, players are very smart. They're going to start, coach, how me stay? Am I going to start? I'm in the squad. You see where I'm going.
Yeah, definitely. So here's one of the things I'm always wonder though, Coach. Jamaica, we are an island of roughly about 3 million people. We have about the next 3 million in diaspora, right? With our unique resources that we have you identified a country where you can say that we can model their success off that have similar resources, like Jamaica, where we can use as the benchmark? Do you think any country in the world is similar to us that we can use? Because oftentimes the fans compare us to the Englands, and I'm like, yo, England have about 100 times people with Jamaica have. The United States, no, I understand, we look about Watala, we are very talented, we are a unique nation, but is there a nation that you see out there that became successful that have similar resources to it that we can say, all right, this is the benchmark and we can model a game? I know Uruguay have a small amount of people and they have one World Cup and been to a lot of World Cups. I don't know that come to mind, but you ever think about a team similar to Jamaica with that achieve success? We can model
when we
game?
were doing our coaching education, we did try to model Belgium. right? In terms of the coaching education, I thought they were very good, right? But you see, I am not thinking like that. So we did boost up our coaching education department significantly, and that is why I will boost up some of our capacity, local capacity to get better coaches, better administrators, better management, etc. Right? And it's something that we're still working on. No, well, I don't think we should follow anybody. In athletics, we beat the world. We beat the world in a lot of things. Bobsleigh, we get gold medal, right? I don't think we need to follow anybody. I think we need to get educated people and chart our own course in a football, and that is really what we're working on. If you notice, every single coach that coach a national team now would have been a Jamaican coach, born in Jamaica, or every single national team. And if you notice, the last couple of years, you can see the improvements in our performance. We won like the B section of the under 15 CONCACAF, won the under 20 women, won the club leagues 2 years in a row, qualified for the under 17 World Cup. We've gone to the second round of the women under 20 boys coming up qualifying, and you see we're doing good on all the fronts. With National Academy alive and kicking. So no. We can take from other countries, but I think we should develop our own, and that's what we're working on.
Okay, coach. Fair enough. One of the questions that a lot of people is asking again is about you. Have you allowed your brain to think about beyond the playoffs? I know that you guys like to say you're taking it a game at a time, but have you had any thought about if we're to qualify, not counting our eggs, about who would, or if asked, if you would be interested in going beyond the playoffs if possible?
People believe say I like choose myself and all of those things. No, we have a board. The JFF has a board. They are the ones who will decide what happens after March. Even if I qualify the team for the World Cup, that is already set that they will decide if I continue. So I'm not even thinking about that right now. I'm just laser focused and trying to get us over the line. That's all our energies are on at this particular point in time. When that time comes, we'll deal with it. It's not too far. And there's no anxiousness from my side. But I think what we have done with some of those coaches that we brought in, like a Coley and a Michael Donaldson, who people probably didn't know that he was assistant coach of Pochettino at Spurs, and he's at Arsenal now. Very qualified young coaches that could be the future.
Okay, definitely. Coach, we have a few more questions here. Then maybe take a few more. I know that you probably jet lag. I don't know how much more time you're gonna give me, but all right. Okay, so I'm gonna take a few questions from the comment section as well, starting with the super chats people. I'm telling you the super chats first, and then I probably might add a few people who want to ask a few questions. But let me start with the two last questions I have right here, because the questions are mixed up, so I can't even bother go through them. Well, here's the thing, coach, and this is probably not on the field, but what are your thoughts on the jersey, the new jersey for World Cup that include already nice? I have to ask you, coach, you couldn't escape without that one. What are your thoughts on the jersey? Coach Jaja. Coach Rasta man the people, Coach Jaja.
No man a Rasta, but my name started R-A-S, so I'm born a Rasta.
What are your thoughts though?
I mean, the contrast, is clear. I was very proud of, my national colors that says, we don't have red nor blue nor sorry.
I think red, white, and blue. Yeah, red, white, and blue.
Nor white. I think we're the only country in the world would not have those colors. So it was kind of a little bit shocking when I saw them. I know that we could have issues if we play African teams because some of them look just as similar. But as I say, with our sponsors, and if that was what was agreed on, then we have to just work with it because Adidas has been really good to us over the last couple of years. They came on board when we needed their help, and they did. And I think they have even extended the contract from multiple years in the future. So that's how commercialization is. Sometimes, you personally might not like something, but you have to just work with the sponsors.
Okay, and then this question was always gonna come. It's Ball Pree TV and it's King. I'm gonna have to ask about Macy Greenwood. When are you gonna book the flight to Marseille? When is the flight to Marseille, coach?
We have some plans. I don't know about Marseille. We have some plans to do some traveling in March to look at players on a more intimate basis before we pick the final squad.
Hear that, people have some plans. Coach, I keep it close to your chest, but you think you're optimistic still, right? You're still, when the plane in the sky, you're still have the vibe there, hoping to get this world-class player. You still have the hopeful. You still hopeful about it?
Yeah, we have to keep our fingers crossed because I know he'd be a difference maker. I mean, he's really good and he hasn't dropped form. Still performing at a very, very high level. Probably one of the most consistent forward if he last 2 years in a top 5 league in the world.
Yeah, definitely. Also no, so I think this is my final question, and that one kinda So Sir Speid, here's the thing. You and Mr. Craig Butler are two of the most influential people in terms of football, arguably two of the greatest minds in the country. Do you think that one day we'll ever see you guys working together for the betterment of the football country? On your side, you can give your side to say that if you ever think that is possible and we'll ever see that happening one day.
So first thing, I don't believe that you have ever heard me say one angry or bad thing about Mr. Craig Butler from your barn. So if there's anybody need to make up, I think it is better I think that is a question for him more than for me. Because you've never heard me say anything bad about him or his players or anybody that is around him. And I think all the bloggers and everybody in Jamaica should start to recognize that fact before you ask questions like those. And then if there's anybody need to answer that question, it should be him.
Okay, so guess what? Next time I see him, I ask him the same question. I'm gonna hear what I'm to say.
But if you ask him why him talk all of those things, that sound like nonsense instead of trying to talk some more positive thing. And I've been positive about him when I have to. I mean, rarely, but I've never been negative about it.
Yeah, because that's something I think.
All of those things is just one-sided. All of the animosity and the verbiage and it's just one-sided, really.
Yeah, man. I think something way that please my heart personally as a fan of the game, knowing that, because you can't deny that he's a great mind as well as yourself. And if one day I'm able to see bury the hatchet, if there's a hatchet, and working together,
I think. Stop say that. You never see me with no hatchet towards him. I'm alone with the hatchet.
All right, but if one day I see you guys together, I think me and I think a lot of fans would have loved that. So now join in the comment section because I forget that out there because I saw me feel personally. So let me go in the comment section and I'm gonna start with the super chats first. So Fire sending him super chat to say, did you learn anything from Steve? So, and I guess you can say Steve and the previous coaches, Grimmy as well. So we can go Steve, Grimmy, and Tupper. Steve, Grimmy, Tupper. I can't. Yeah, but Steve, Grimmy, because them are overseas coach. Them Fire for with him super chat asking that question.
No, every coach has strengths. I did learn some stuff from him. Every coach has strengths. I mean, his organization was good. Every coach has strengths. So, I would have learned stuff from him.
Okay, so every coach would have learned stuff from him. All right, next super chat we are looking at right now. Well, a super chat and have a question. Yeah, where's the super chat? Jeremy and Hollande. I think he did it over back. What you think about Lisby brothers? Them go and go. Do you know? Are you aware of the Lisby brothers? I think them father and Lisby. You must. What do you know of the Lisby brothers?
Do they meet the criteria that I put out?
Oh, that's the first thing we need to ask ourselves for real. Did they, Jeremy? Did they meet the criteria? But are you aware of them though, coach?
Yeah, I know of them, but I just want to know if they make the culture because I don't need to answer. Jermaine can answer himself. So as I said before, there's players who are going good, but do they
Yeah.
make the criteria?
Okay. All right. So let me see. All right, people, if you're super chat, me I forgot try pick out some that's here. Then first thing I pick out is that people do go ahead and hit that like button. We have over 300 people there. Let's hit that like button and like up the stream because you don't know who could stop the video if we say that. Let me see if I can find a few comments now. Actually, let me share the link because might be very selective. I'm gonna share the link and see if we can because I think Alex was here. Alex, I'm one of your biggest fan them, you know, coach. Alex, one of your biggest fan them. He was here, but I could have stopped for bringing him on
Alex.
in the middle of the interview. Alex, I think he's on YouTube. I don't know him personally either, so but he's one of your biggest fan. Here he is as we talk about Alex. Here he is. Alex, welcome to the show. What say you?
But then, you know, Speed, big up yourself anywhere in the world. Them say me a bootlicker over YouTube, yeah. Me picture one, our umbrella one. They say me know you, but Speed me know if I can paint. Only someone we know close to your leader. You understand me? But Speed, me a road fear to Speed. Me a road fear. You sit down in front of the top, me a road fear. Speed, more you shame them by YouTube. Boy, you shame them, Speed. Cause all they talk about over here is negative thing. I Speed them beat the left, come and right in the Speed. But me say me want you win. And beat Cup and KT guy World Cup. Then Billy Bottom gonna drop out. So that's all me say Speed, just keep everything though. But one question me ever ask Speed, cause me and people make a I say you said something on the interview with Oral Trace, say you can control the game without the ball. So more you have to explain what that mean when you say you can control the game.
Yeah, but Wolipa coaches to that. I mean, Mourinho used to do it great a lot of the time. He give you more possession because he know you can't possession kill you with transition. I didn't say I was going to do that though, but what I was saying that you have to learn to play with the ball and without the ball because that is the game. You are either in possession or out of possession. So when you're out of possession, you have to control the spaces, right? Make sure so people can penetrate. So that I was explaining to them. And one of the great things about football, if you can control the ball and the space, then you're in business. If you have the ball and you control the spaces, then you're in business. But if you're out of possession, then you have to control the spaces because you don't have the ball. So I was explaining to them that, but I don't know how they take it.
I feel like them game and Speed, honestly, these playoff games, these are more suitable for you because during the time in the regular season, regular season Cavalier, they don't normally, when I watch the league, they don't normally finish like the top. They probably finished in the top 6 for the playoff, and you always strive through the playoff. You always find a way how to beat these teams in the knockout game. I think I feel early in these chances of you carrying the team to qualify for the World Cup in the Speed. A lot of people not watching that if them are really beat them, but them not get credit.
So Alex, who has the Speed is a knockout specialist.
Yeah, if you know what you man, bro, the man find every way. The last past 4 times or 3 times, Speed find every way to beat the team them in a knockout. And Speed know what we do, they beat them. And it's just a truth. Speed me sit down and know, so that's a statistic or a fact.
Let's say I know him, but yeah, him sit down.
I mean like, but Speed, but you know me as a Speed. If it's a statistic.
No. Yeah, and it's easier when you're zeroing on players, and it's easier to when you're not trying to, when you already know who your best players are in the knockout phase. You know, it's easier. To me, it's easier for win at that stage more than during the league when you try things and everybody try things. So you just do enough because it's really a league that is not won by who have the most points. As a matter of fact, you're correct. The last 4 times I got final. Yeah, it's true. Me never win. Me never get the most points in any one of those competitions. Yeah.
Okay, Alex. We have a few and one at a time. So, just say if you have an
last question. This midfielder, I see comes up on Rising Ballers on Instagram. This one midfielder, Andre Brooks, play for Sheffield United team. Oh God, Mr. Speed. Oh God. touches, in full of touches, Mr. Speed. Is he in your plans?
Bad monster.
Monster?
Is he in your plans?
Well, Alex, let's listen. What? Say that again. Bad monster.
Monster. Money bad.
All right, then, Mr. Speed. It was nice talking to you. Big up
It's
yourself
great.
anywhere there over Martinique. I remember again, Alex, I root for you, you know. You understand me?
Respect Alex. Yeah, Alex, look here. When I walk on the streets, every man I root for me. No worry.
Yeah, so everybody at Jamaica on the street are root for you, but people on the internet are root for you.
Every man on the streets. I'm a walk alone. So I'm like a man afraid I'm if you go say, you know, in my root from the guy and see man around me. I walk alone.
I know why I'm related to Mr. Speed. You say if you're wrong, you come back and tell people them say you're wrong.
Simple.
And you say, yes, me the wrong pan that. And I go talk in man just like how it is. I mean, I have much respect for you. That's why I must respect.
All right, Alex, not kill it. We know.
Big up yourself, Mr. Speed.
Not kill it, Alex. We have to get a few more in. All right, so we are going to bring on Wayne. Wayne, what say you? Go on, welcome to the show. You're here with the national team head coach, Mr. Rudolph Speid. Wayne, what say you? Quick and fast. Wayne, I forgot limit it to 2 minutes in the car. We can't have the over Speed. The ball of them love over dribble over here on ball Pree TV. I be a dribblers over here sometimes. We go ahead.
They're not pass.
They're not pass the ball, man. We ain't come from one. All right, we ain't look like him on them bed now. We ain't gonna miss a chance. Or we're gonna move forward. See there? I take the ball from Wayne and pass it to Jermaine then, because Wayne is not ready. Jermaine, what are the questions you have for Mr. Speid? Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. I'm super chatting, King.
Miss on your super chat them. All right, let me go back to it then. Let me go back to it. My apologies. Oh, there is one. Oh, so this is a question from Jermaine. How will you build unity and discipline in the squad? I guess. Sorry, yeah, sorry, my apologies. I don't know. I did miss that one. It's a Trish. Okay.
Yeah, I did for sure. So look here. One of the things, there's always minimum standards for everything. Right? If you don't establish minimum standards, you have a problem. So, as I said before, you give me the worst player, and people say, you know, coach that boy and get trouble and I always say, you're serious? Because there's always a minimum standard. So once you set the minimum standard, something that you will not go below there, so you start out on the right foot, right? And most players are disciplined, you know. Most players are disciplined in them, right? That is why they reach somewhere. It's only if them say that you, as the coach, allow the discipline to break down, then it will break down. But most players are disciplined. Now, here we have some exception players who, as I say, I don't afraid to say it, people who are not sleep at the hotel, who go party, who want the other things instead of prepare themselves for a game. I am trying to weed out those even before the game because it don't make sense. We carry people who now focus and know the reason why they are here. And that is why the selection is so important to what we do.
Okay. Jeremy, you have another question?
Yeah, man, in that about the Lisbon brother, man, yes, please. My thing to that now is you have grandfather player. We are playing at the same league with the Lisbon brother them, but the Lisbon brother them are outshine those players way. You know, fit the criteria because they are grandfather players. Because them play for the squad already. So me I say why you don't look past to pick these guys because they're performing well, like you're doing great. So it would be a great addition to the team.
Okay, so I think I hear that question as well, Mr. Speid. So basically the question is, while you have the rule of grandfather in some players, what's the balance between the players that won't meet the criteria based on the fact that they're not grandfathered in, they're not playing the top 20 league, and they are not playing the top league in their country? What was the consideration behind that, like those players?
No, listen. As I tell you, this is not a development too much. I'm sorry. I am only going for the people that meet the criteria that I just laid out. Because remember, you know, there's conditions too. So don't believe because a person that met the criteria means say he's going to be picked in the squad because he has to meet the conditions too. So it's not good for you to compare the Lisbon brothers with somebody who probably don't meet the conditions, because that person might not be in the squad either. So it's not that I'm going to be, you're saying they're outperforming those person. No, that don't mean the person going to be in the squad because that grandfather in. So it is not, is a false equivalency. I didn't want to use the word, that's why I was searching, because it's like a false equivalency, it's like a strong. But really, that's what I've said. You can't equate them like that.
All right, Jeremy, you have one more question, or that's it?
How will you prepare the team mentally for high pressure for this qualifier? Because you know, it's will be a big pressure on you in Speed.
Yeah,
big pressure. And
that is why I tell you about his selection again, because the players that I'm going to be picking are players who are playing day in, day out. Is the players that their coaches would have trust them to put them in these high pressure situations. So playing in the Premier League or the Championship or Top 20 League is pressure every single weekend, pressure twice a week. They will be equipped to manage those things already. So, and that is why I'm trying to keep away from players who will not be able to handle that type of pressure because of their development, where they are in their development for these 2 games. I'll go back and look at them another time, but this time is the one who I think can manage the pressure and do very well. I mean, I was seeing like Tyrese in a game the other day, and him actually have a 93% pass completion rate in the opponent half. That's fantastic. So
Tyrese Hall?
Yeah. 93%. I mean, so people start talking about who can keep ball. You see, we know who can keep the ball and who can pass the ball and who can keep ticking over. So all of those work we're doing them in the background, and I think we'll pick the right players for the game. I can show you. Yeah, go ahead.
Me like say I have standard. Me really like say I have standard. Me just want, say me really like the team and my heart, and me know say not me alone. For a lot of Jamaicans, and me know say a lot of we heartbroken when we didn't qualify. But your intelligence and your standard way I set, me have to put the belief. Say, we are gonna do it, and we can't lose the belief then until we have no more chance.
One thing we know, we are gonna get in hell, and nobody know. There's no free lunch when Jamaica get on the pitch. That's all I can show you. No free lunch.
That is right. So we don't want not tired man out there. No,
all right, Jeremy.
You hear me say? Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
All right, Jeremy. I was talking about. Mr. Speed, I tell you, I'll be a dribblers, you know. If you allow them to dribble, them not possible. Big up yourself, Jeremy. We're gonna move on. Wayne, because see if Wayne forward from under in bed, or we're gonna move on from Wayne because
blessed night, King.
Yeah,
man, and blessed night, Sir Speed.
Listen.
Yeah, and congratulations, Mr. Speed, and you're appointed as temporary head coach. My question to you is, because it's been a concern, especially on YouTube, about these 2 practice, or should I say friendly matches. I think one question they're asking about the purposes. I know I can think of a few good reasons why these practice matches could be a positive, but from your point of view, without not giving away too much, what would be the positive from these practice matches?
Well, I mean, you have any idea what a good coach contribution is to the success of a team? You have any idea what the percentage is?
Wayne, all right, come on, answer.
We have a conversation.
All right. I'm dead, but you want them bed. So here's the thing, though. Hear this. I'm glad you bring it up back because more challenge it. You say. So the idea is, I'm actually chat GPT this enough, coach. Me chat GPT. So let me see if we can find it back in the chat GPT. So the idea is, because me never know that, because we all see Pep Guardiola, right? And we all know say if Pep Guardiola, anything Pep Guardiola going to win. So it has to be more influence. I would say more than me that thing say more than 50 to 60%. That's what me I think. I not believe when I see on chat GPT. So I don't know where to get this from. Want to get this from? A coach in school and get this from, coach? Go ahead. Because me say 50 to 60%.
No, man. It's really 20 to 30%. And the truth is, if his individual sport is more like 20, and if his team sport is more like 30. But the whole but if you say it's 50% or 60%, because maybe you think say Sir Alex was 50, right? Or 60. So I'm sure some people is over, some
Pep.
people is right?
Yeah.
Pep, I don't know. I think Pep in the 20 to 30 because Pep buy when he want. See the difference? He can buy the best players, can always have money wherever he goes. So that alone, Carla, make you want to play the games because if, for instance, you don't want us to go into the March games, and I don't know the strengths and weaknesses of my coaches. So when we go there, me about my toe or somebody now carry them weight, and we wouldn't know until that particular time. So even if you just say it's training for us, the technical staff, if you give you 30% of your success, it would be worth it because this game, the age of game, the margins are so small, it can make you lose or make you win. So that alone would have been it. But also, the first game, there was about 9 players in the 52 list that played in the first game. I wanted to see them for myself, because some of them was out of favor with the coach. So I wanted to see them myself, coaches before, to determine if I should bring them in or not. So part of it was for selection purposes too. So your mind says, well, it's not all you have, but hey, if me get 4 selection wrong, that might be too much. You understand? So that was one of the reasons why I make sure I had that match. The second match, as I say, and also in this particular time of the year, we always go for some development of the resources we have on the island, so that we keep that going too. But it was also for a number of things where we had those games.
Coach, as you talk about the first game, one of the things that I wanted to ask was about some of the players from USL, MLS. I don't think MLS players were there, but from USL that were initially in the squad and then didn't travel with the team. I think that Corey Burke was there, but Corey Bennett didn't make the travel. I think Andre Lewis was there, but didn't actually make it.
He got injured though, Andre Lewis.
Oh, so some Lewis got injured. But what about like Corey Burke? Because some of the times, for me personally, the Corey Bennett's and the Malik Howells and some of the players in the USL, are you looking at players from the USL then? I know you have your criteria, but for these we call them now developmental games, are you still looking at those players? Because I was wondering why we didn't bring more of them. I think there was a right back. There's a few players there that initially trained with you guys that actually never met the last cut, and I was wondering about that.
Well, every time you put in somebody, you have to drop out somebody, so just remember that, But but when we went through the training and we look at what they brought to the table, some of them just never fit enough. So we just couldn't carry them. Some of them we just thought they were more interested players that we should look at. So it was just a choice at that particular point in time. Some of the players were dropped out of the squad because they were not playing any at all, So
okay.
There was a different reason. Yeah, we wanted to look at Kevin Lambert because at the same time, him always get picked in the squad, but somehow him does not get to play, and we always have a problem with midfielders. So again, we wanted to look at him with our own eyes. Yeah, so that's what we wanted to look at Kevin Lambert.
That's a positive. So a few names. Let me see. Hold on the Wayne. 1 second, Wayne. Because I'm gonna give you like 30 more seconds, because we have a few more ball lineup. But a few names has been calling in the chat real quick. I could pick up one comment specifically, but I've seen a name. Lewis Baker. It's been touted that it's possible, it's not possible, and Lloyd Kelly. Do you mind saying anything on those players?
No,
because
Lloyd Kelly won't. I'm sure there's issues. Lewis Baker, my understanding that he has a citizenship, so let's see where that goes.
Oh, really? Genoa. And I think there is another name that's been touted around, and then you hear say it can't happen. I don't know, because you say Lloyd Kelly won't happen, but Lewis Baker have him citizenship. People not hear that. Whew, time to get excited again. But I guess I don't remember if there's another name that people has been touted around, because somehow, and this is what I've encountered on YouTube, we just call a lot of names, and sometimes I do the research. I think some are more difficult and some I can't even find the linkage to. But it's good to hear about Louis Baker. People like Kelly won't make it, Jano Star. But yeah, Wayne, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, King. All right, my final question, Sir Speed, is: are you concerned with the I must say kind of demotion or demoted by most of the squad that is in Europe? I see where a few of them are gone on loan to play in lower leagues. Is that a bother to you, sir?
Yes, it should bother everyone, even the player who would have gone down, because it means that something is happening that would have preferred going the other way, where the player would have started to play more or get a promotion and go upward. So yeah, it's a concern of us, and would prefer if it was the other way around. Yes.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much, Wayne. We're moving right on to another baller right here. Gunners boss. We have a few more ballers, so we have to keep it moving. Naki Baleda, coach are there for Naki Baleda. Stop!
Lay a long time, you know. Big up yourself, you know, Mr. Speed.
Big up yourself, Gunners. Long time in a year from you.
A long time. I kick your leather for you, see him you still. Big up yourself, you know, King.
Big up, Gunners.
All right, people. The man I down to last night, me and the man have a discussion, you know. Now take me, I'll use me 2 minutes wise, because I don't really have much question. One question more I'll ask you later. But me and the man have a comment, a conversation last night, a journalist. Me and him discussed the flag, the color, the uniform. But when me go back, me go back and me look on the thing now, me have to say it's a cultural thing based on the Mali Foundation and the Rastafari culture. But when I did not look out against it, you know, I'd have lost it. But when I took back now, the man has shown me say, no, you can put a cultural insignia upon the jersey, because it not really, even though you're playing on the color, it not really represent the flag or something like that. I don't really know, but that is that. I don't really like, we love the red, the 3 color already. We never want the black, the red for it. But it there, so we are going to do with that said. With that said now, the question when me want to ask you, Mr. Speed. First thing, me I wish you the best, you know. Success for the team, you know.
Our team. This team are our team,
you know. Yeah, man. Me I wish we want the best for the team and thing, but you see me, you know, he's one of the most pessimistic when it comes to Reggae Boyz fan, you know. When them say me pessimistically optimistic, you know, so my thing kind of, you understand, so, you know, if them 2 words they work together, because I used to use the word, I'm not too bright, but that's how we think my thing go with the football team, so he's never a man where come cry and complain, say, boy, this, that, and that, we change, we fi hire, we fi fire, I don't know them things, I just want the team to look good, and if it don't work my way, I always want to win 1 love, 2 love, but if it don't work my way, and it worked the opposite way, they still arrive with the team, you know, but we are asking one question, Mr. Speed. What if it don't work the optimistic way for me? What is your plan for the future moving forward?
No, me not have no plan past March. Trust me. Me not even think about no plan. And anybody who is seeing my coaching staff, me tell them already, say, if you talk to me about April, me know I hear them for you. March, me say.
Okay. No, I have 2 games I work with. Yeah, interim. 2 games I work with right now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, no, boss. Other question that I want to ask, you know. And then it's like how you sit down here, so no one give King attack. Some other people out there we want attack right here, you know. I mean, look, respect what you say about Mr. Butler. I mean, like King said, I like to see the great football mind them come together in a peace and unity and bring the team together. Like you said, whenever you say nothing negative about that, whatever, but I go over this with that. But I like to see everybody work together and make the football work for Jamaica and the people. And nobody now separate the players and nobody. And you know what I mean? We want the best 23 to represent us, whether them come from Jamaica or
26.
diaspora. So 26. We want the best 26. available to us. Not the best 26 or some people wish them would have get what we can't get. We want the best 26 available to us and we will accept the result. Go out there and be great. You ever boss?
Respect my general.
Yeah, man, that's how
Big up yourself, Gunners boss, man. You keep it.
yeah, man.
The Gunners boss, not kill leather people. Him not kill leather, but we have a great.
Some man I say yeah bootlick and me say yeah the boot.
kick and boot. No man, it's about you kick them man because they don't understand the football. But here we hey, Mr. Smith, let me tell you something when we find out with the football. Last night me and listen all a man I say, you know, at 8 years now them start talk football, you know. I mean I say hold on there. All I want talk about 98 and them things, them never know no football. Them don't know nothing about the football, they never know nothing. Them just start come now and them don't understand say since Captain Morel are you, let me lick your boot then. Since Mr. Morel left, are you are the best and the most important people in a football since Captain Morel. Yeah. Nobody never love a football like you, how you come and you are do everything and the blind them now see you alone there. Left, right, and center, Jamaica, everywhere you alone.
Okay.
We don't see Mr. Ricketts now. You miss it. Your boss, you don't say nothing deep, be diplomatic.
Captain Morel was the president of four committee in put me upon. Mr. Ricketts put me upon 3.
You understand? And you are the everywhere do everything.
I was the president, I was the treasurer, every single president, and the next president I'm sure them are gonna ask me for.
And you are the most transparent because if you ask 90% football fan them who is the general secretary of USA football, them don't know. So just go and do your thing and when I Pree, nobody when I Pree, you know. You are over there, so you know. Them have a song where them say, when you're done, you can't play it on the radio, but them have a song, you're gonna run with this. It name Don't Tread on Me. That's where you need to put on your profile. Just type it in right now and hear where it say. What them to do if them don't like you. And I just know we keep it. Just remember that. Tell them that.
Alright, Gunners boss. I say Gunners boss never that dribble coach him. Just start dribble so. Me have
to run because some other people are coming. We're not going to take it up, you know. Because them say me a bootlicker, but you are. Me a bootlicker. I respect the man when me say I do something and I don't see nobody I do nothing like how me see this man are transparent everywhere all over the world. I try to make not just the Reggae Boyz but try to make football in a Jamaica be great again. Like 98 again. And that me respect. So me now go bashing and all of them things the way people are doing. Who are bash no like Jamaica football? I just think them want to talk.
Alright, good as boss. Let me write this. Big up yourself, good as boss. Yeah, good as boss. There's a dribble down the place. If say I know if come up, but all right. Before I bring you in the next caller, Jeremy and again with the super chat again, no coach. Man, I use up him super chat for ask. Look at this question. And one thing important about the question: can I be part of the scouting team? And why should fans believe in Jamaica can qualify this time? He marks 2 questions with him super chatting up. But before you answer him question directly about can he be part of the scouting team, I know that you're big on coaching education, but do you have a is there, because I don't know, is there what you call it now? Is there other branches for like scouts and video analysis and other I think the referee is them. I know the referee is there. What about scouts and like the analysis and those things?
Yeah, we do have courses within the course that deals with those things, but we don't have any specialist course yet for those because it's a developing skills. I mean, it was there long ago, but more and more people are buying into it that it's important for scouting. No, scouting is a serious thing because most people don't even know talent if it look upon them. I mean, you'd be surprised at what people call talent. You see them shift somebody and them just say that is talent. So it's a specialized skill which we're thinking of introducing like goalkeeper as a course, right? And physical training as a course by itself. Periodization would be in those type of courses. And also analytic work. Yeah, those we're going to have them as specialist course. So, but we're not there yet. We're looking at rolling out those later this year.
Okay, so
as it got to Germany now, no, you can't be a part of no scouting team Germany, but I'm willing for you to give me your players that you think I should go and scout, look at them. So you can give me the players them where you think we should look at, and I look at them, because our grouping is committed to turning over every single stone we can turn over to make sure so we have the right team.
All right, so I'm gonna get the players from Jeremy. Jeremy, and send me them, and I'll get them to coach. Before
Jeremy, good enough, we'll clown you out and laugh
Jerry, make sure you play them ready, Jerry. Make sure you play them ready. All right, what you know? J.A. Omenbred, I'm off to bring up J.A. Omenbred. You have a few people where ball Pree, not only ball Pree, it's one family, but they're here. No matter what time I start show, J.A. Omenbred, and she is actually a female. She actually never called the show, but she tell me say it's a female. You have a few. You have Wendy, J.A. Omenbred. Say, King, are you getting his fans to ask him questions? J.A. Omenbred, I dropped the link. And everybody will click the link and join so far may add. Now, mind you, I don't know how to screen, but so far people are keeping it respectful. And again, I know say if somebody join the show, I'm here disrespect me, I keep them right off. As a matter of fact, ideally I don't want that. Because you know I'm run my show. He's a very respectful person. Again, most of my people them rate me, I respect what they do. So no, I don't think Mr. Speid run from the challenging question. So the link, I'm going to drop the link one more time, and you me that want to call in J.A. Omenbred. It's about time. You tell me say I call the show how long? Today would be the ideal day to hear from a female's voice for ask a question. So the link they drop again. So no, that's not the case. Now we have Dan. Before you go, I think we have one more super chat. I'm off to read the super chat them first. I can't make the super chat. Pay for get them question asked. Again, Tafari with the question. When will Coley join? What is the most difficult challenge for you being a national head coach and managing all the other hats you wear? So when will Coley join, and what is the most difficult challenge?
So Coley is already doing work with us. We meet once or twice a week, most weeks since, from January. And everybody have their assignments that them do. So he's a very instrumental part. As a matter of fact, he's the first assistant coach in the setup. Michael Donaldson is also somebody who is an assistant coach, and he joins in and we're working now with the new director of football. Purity is also a member of our panel. So everybody is working, but they will be here for the March window. They'll be physically in Jamaica and where the national team is for the March window. As I said, one of the most, being the national coach is difficult, but I'm used to difficult things. I am not perturbed about these difficult things. As you know, when the going get tough, it tough get going. And as a matter of fact about the hats, I'm thinking that you're talking about football hats. I'm not the chairman of the technical committee anymore. It is Baron Watson. I have relinquished my duties as a director of the JFF board. I don't go to board meeting. I don't make any decisions. So I would have relinquished all of those. But as I said before, I am I only sleep for 5 hours each day, maybe 4. So you can understand, man, we can jump in the work and not affect me at that time. That's some mistake.
Okay, all right. Moving on. Dan. What say you? I remember Dan. Coach over here, and the coach I tell you to pass the ball quick. The dribbling thing. Yeah, well, go ahead, Dan. What say you?
Yeah, my dear man, bless up Mr. Speid, man, bless up the whole chat. You know what I mean?
Respect.
You know, Mr. Speid, you know me, they say the other day and thing, superstar setting, stick picture and thing. Famous.
What?
Yeah, man, I say what? Yeah, man, Mr. Speid famous, man. And I must say the sporting like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you have to gain that. You have respect. What would be like the before game ritual for these boys, like to get them fully prepped and in for the game going on in Mexico?
Yeah, but
what would be the change of mind from every other else coach where you see before what they do? Forget the boys and really prep. But no say how them are gonna die out on the field. What would that be real?
I think they come with this die thing. No, you will want
I'm blood set on tears out there.
No. So seriously, I approach things different. I think my approach will be much different from other approaches, right? My thing is, listen, and I said it before, players, they have goals that they want, things that they want to achieve. I have goals. The JFF have goals. You have goals. Everybody have their own goals. They might not be in the same order, but my job is complex. What I'm here to ensure. Their goal is to qualify for the World Cup team, right? Their goal is to play and do well. I am here to make sure that everybody will come together and we'll be able to achieve what we set out to do. So that is really my biggest job. How I go about it will be different for different players. There's no one decision, or there's no one you can't solve every problem the same way, right? I just have to be nimble and ensure that we deal with the problem as they arise. But to be honest, the big thing that we want to do is for us to achieve our goals. And trust me, every single player that's gonna come, they want to go to the World Cup. And that's what I want to do too. So now we just need to put everything aside and work towards it.
Before you go again, Dan, and hold on, there two things. People hit that like button when they like up the stream. And people, one thing I can say, they say a lot of things about Mr. Speid. Mr. Speid there and him now run. You get me, I say, and him there for a minute now. You see me, so yeah, people hit that like button. Dan, the ball of them are 40 enough. It's like
that's
one more move, please.
One little thing may have to say, like, it's just a thing on me, what I say, like, with the team, what you think about Webster and Rico Ernie playing 4-4-2 on the left wing? Ronaldo Webster. Because them give a work rate, defensive, plus them can go forward as well. Strong defensively and attacking, and what you think about that? With a strong team going forward.
I was thinking that Jamaica always produce magnificent left backs, and I don't see any let up right now. I mean, we have three of the best. I don't think for the next 10 years we need a left back. We have three really good players. I mean, not three, probably more than three good left people who can really, put on a shift at left back. But Webster and Rico enter them two player where, you have to take notice of them. Them really have everything of them for work for 90 minutes up and down that left flank, and very good observation from you, man. Very good.
All right, Dan.
No, the thing is, you never answered the question.
Hold on, Dan, hold on. So before you go, I just get a message say, all right, Dan, I'll finish up, because apparently the person was sending them $5. Them say Mr. Speid never answered the second part of the question. So land quick, Dan, a whole heap of players.
You mean the Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy said the last part of this question. But Dan, go ahead and then Mr. Speid.
Me that say playing the both of them, when I say play one at the position, like 4-4-2, playing the both of them. Going down on that wing.
Yo, me nah say nothing. Just good. Me hear you, but me nah say nothing, alright?
You're not really gonna see it, alright? Listen.
Just relax now, just relax.
Big up yourself, Dan, want to talk tactics. But yeah, Jeremy and Page, I say, coach, answer the second part of my question, And I pay fees. Go ahead.
No, I may agree with him. It's difficult from 1998 when I qualify and a senior team to no World Cup except the women's team. So it's difficult. People very skeptical, and quite rightly so. But guess what? One day I got changed during me. And so now, I just one of these things. I agree with you. You're skeptical.
All right. So somebody sending this super chat. Mr. Speid, can you please give Sir Cranky an interview? The boss always say him have some intrusive questions for you. We're not concerned. We know Cavaliers and make top 6. What do you say to KP?
Cavaliers and make top 6, yes.
that is what they said to Cavaliers and make top 6. We'll leave it right here. So I'll bring it, John.
Cranky know everything, bro.
Cranky know everything. All right. Respect for your super chat. John, before you go, welcome to the show. Before you go, coach, two other names people are mention a lot in the comment section. Daniel Johnson and Ravel Morrison. Where are you with those two players specifically?
So we would have scouted them in more than once in 24, 25. We haven't gone through, we haven't scouted them in 26 yet, but we will.
Okay.
And, so we're assessing if they can help us, and if they can, they'll be in. But there's no free lunch. Everybody have to put out the work and maybe convince us, say, they're the right person for the job. So forget everything that the person would have done for the last 10 years or 20 years or 15 years or whatever amount of years that come to naught. You know the Janet Jackson song, "What Have You Done Lately?"
And you hear that. And also, before I bring in the next caller, I realize you say you now look past April. So is it that your calendar, you tear off the rest of the month, them are just from January to April, March upon your calendar?
March 31st. If you talk to me about April 1st, time full day, I don't want to hear.
Time full day. Yeah. All right, John, welcome to the show. What say you?
Bless up.
Here I'll go on, John, because you have a long line. So I get two questions. Knock it and move.
All right, Mr. Speid, good night.
Good night, sir.
Congratulations on your appointment, or self-appointment. I am one personally who did not agree with your appointment based on how it transpired. However, Mr. Speid, in retrospect, looking at it, because I was angry when you became the head coach, there's nobody else technically who could take the job in such a short space of time and do anything with the team. The quick question though is, other than yourself, who locally in Jamaica you would have given this job to if you, for whatever reason, you felt nervous and say, I'm not taking this job? That's question number one. Question number two is, what are we going to see different with respect to the coaching style? Not the coaching style, the playing style that Jamaica has. The guy you had before, Al Gibson, is that what his name? Is more defensive, and I think he would have taken us over the line. That's my humble opinion. The gentleman that you had the last time, he had no clue what the hell he was doing. I don't know who was coaching that team. And so I want to hear from you what would be different versus what Al Gibson did and what this last gentleman did. With respect to how we're going to go. Steve McLaren. I don't even want to call him name or upset. I don't want to get upset because I passed that already.
Don't get upset, John. Don't get upset.
Look forward to you carry over the line. Jamaica said. So if
John,
a donkey do it, I'm not call a donkey. I'm just saying anybody do it. Be happy. And if you do it, Mr. Speid, all feathers off. The conflict of interest of having a head whole light go through the window. You are king. Well, anyway, me make it talk. Go ahead, sir.
All right, John, listen. All right, John, what I'm going to do is I'm making an ask a question and then listen. Yeah, in the background. So, hopefully, I remember the question, them coach, because them not while.
So, first, I'm thinking cute, so I'm not making get ready. First, I didn't give myself a job. Just to make that clear. The board at the JFF voted. President asked me the same night when I not qualified. I'm the president to look like I'm me for true. I forgot to do it. And then him get it approved the proper way by the board of the JFF. So I'm just make you know that, right? And as I said before, all of my other jobs them in the JFF, me give them up. I'm not doing them. So there's no conflict. I'm just not doing them. So me just make it clear again. Now, I am a coach who coach to win games. I am not stuck in any style or pattern. Whatever is necessary, that's what I try to do every single time. And so far, people have seen the fruits of that labor. I will analyze the team, I look at the team and think I have a problem to solve, and I just solve the problem. That's how I look at football. All right. So in some instance, you'll see the tiki-taka. If me have to play it, I can play it. Cavalier was the best passing team in 2021. We just evolved because we saw other ways to win. And we can play both ways in any time we feel like. So without giving away too much, you'll see a team focused and trying to win games and not aimless. So that's the difference.
Big up KP for your super chat. I think the coach did his best to answer it. Code 33 TV says, will Trayvon Fuller be in the squad? Coach Trayvon has scored some ratted free kicks still, no, man. I like.
That's your name?
No, that's Trayvon Fuller. Hold on there. His name Trayvon Pan. Nicalia Fuller. I mix up Nicalia. I try Trayvon the name for Instagram. I know I always still. And Nicalia Fuller matter though. Boy, I have talent in a coach, but I don't know if you want. You can go ahead. The question.
He does. We're looking at him, and he probably is the best set play person we have in our squad. But I mean, that's not the only thing, though. We have to look at other things, though. But we're looking at him, yeah.
Coach, I'm gonna pay for defend you. Coach said, the man pay for say, you rude call, and my coach never fear nobody.
Well, he's correct.
It's not even a question. The man doesn't pay for defend you.
He's talking the truth. I mean, fear. I mean, look here. You know the funny thing when we play Inter Miami, and we start play everybody in the stadium. Shaka, Messi, I jump up and down when ball start reaching. Because, and even the commentator say, "Oh, this Cavalier team no fear nobody." If the offside rule was the same as it is now, would I get the first goal in them? You know.
Yeah.
I see in an EPL, I'm on the little bit over them now. Call that they must say a goal.
Yeah, it will change.
So everybody know the thing, though. I mean, we were never like the favorite to win anything in Jamaica or in a Caribbean Cup, but we always come through. So let's see.
Fire the day, fire. We're going fire. But me add Sean Blake because fire like him going back and name. Sean Blake, what say you? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Mr. Speid, good night.
Good night.
So in the interest of time and the platform that I'm on, there are 3 buckets of questions that I could pull from, but in the interest of time, I'm only going to pull from one. But I'm going to list...
Pull from all your bucket them, man. Because I don't want to go back and say, you're not ask me a hard question then, bro. Man, go fast, yeah.
So I'm going to list the 3 buckets, but I'm primarily interested in one. So the first bucket would be, you know, the thing that everyone has been talking about regarding conflict of interest, and that includes myself as well. So it's conflict of interest would be the first bucket. The second bucket would be the manner in which you...
No, man, I don't
want... Hold on, one bucket.
Hold on, Sean Blake. The coach I tell us him I give the time for answer your question them 1-1. And you know what that
you are run for.
Yeah, no, not run. So 1-1. So ask hold on, Sean Blake, me a moderate. Allow me for moderate. Cool. Ask your question and get your answer, and then we are gonna move on and ask the next question. All right, so ask your first question.
All right. Regarding conflict of interest, how do you not see your, let me say previous rule, because I don't know how you are involved right now, but how do you not see that the position that you're in is a conflict of interest?
So let me just repeat. So right now, I am not the chairman of the technical committee. I have no role in the JFF. I'm just a national coach.
Okay. But you are, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the head coach of Cavaliers. Even if you're not the head coach, you are affiliated with Cavaliers. Mr. Speid, both you and I know that.
You answer yourself or you want to answer?
So let me ask, what is your current affiliation with Cavaliers?
Everybody know major shareholder, and is my team. That's like my business. It's a business. Cavaliers is a business, and it's my business. I've never hidden that. And even when the JFF came for me, and Captain Burrell, the next president name, Boxill, all of those people come for me. They always know I was at Cavalier, right? And they want me to serve. But let me just humor you a little. Every single person that you see in football, they are affiliated to the National Association or CONCACAF or FIFA or somebody. So all I'm saying to you is that you need to do your homework And there's a lot of people even in Jamaica that is affiliated to more football organization than me. But guess what? My name is easy for call. And there was a time when nobody would call my name, you know why? Because Cavalier used to lose and fight for relegation. I never used to win anything. But I tell you, from Captain Burrell time, I was on 4 committees. And nobody noticed. Right? Boxhill, I was the treasurer at JFF. Nobody noticed. So now, under my crickets, people start notice. But it's only because I start winning, and you know me. But I'm telling you that if you do your homework, you'll find people have even up to 4 posts in a Jamaican football right now. You just never call none of them name. Right?
Okay.
All I'm saying, that's listen to me. All I'm saying, I don't mind if I have conflict of interest, but just tell me one time when we use it to my benefit. Just one.
All right. So I'm glad.
Because look here now, the Prime Minister is a Prime Minister, he's a MP, and he have business too, and then create law that give tax benefits to everybody. Why you don't? And they are the one, and they affect your life every day. A lot of people, all the people more you see. I know people used to run companies and them a senator. It happen now. Come on. In every facet of life it happen. But guess what now? Only Speid name alone, you know. I hope that helps you.
All right. So let me just say this, and then I'll move on from this bucket.
You know why you're not a conflict of interest? You know why you're not a conflict of interest? And nobody know why you do nothing more than that's the one thing what you do. Because if you were just good at anything, people will ask if you serve. Like, oh, you know much bodies. I was all the president of volleyball. I was like JOA. Them call me every time I ask me to be the chef de mission, figure out Commonwealth Games, figure all over the place, figure out Pan American Games. You just know a few things about me, you know. People ask me for the things, I may accept because them think I may have the ability to do it. I mean, no one going on no more, but I tell us a whole part of time you have to turn on people. Because you just me even more confident. Them not gonna ask you, you know, I understand. I hope you get the drift now.
Sure.
Okay.
I remember you have other ballers, so you have 3 questions, because the 3 bucket them where you draw from. The second question and then third question. Real quick.
So let me just respond to what he said real quickly. So he asked me a question and I am paraphrasing here, if he has ever executed on the conflict of interest. No, Mr. Speid, both you and I know that a conflict of interest is not based on execution. If there is an appearance of a conflict, it is a conflict.
But so let me just say that everywhere in our world. I don't understand.
So I'm glad you said that as well, because there's a point I forgot to bring up. So you said that everybody is conflicted. No, yes. Excuse. So let me wait, Mr. Speid. Let me just apologize in advance for the example that I am about to give. But with you saying that everybody is conflicted and everybody in Jamaica is conflicted, it's like telling me that everybody chop the line, so it's okay to chop the line.
I'm not chopping the line. You can't show me a benefit when I get chopping the line. You know, understand? Okay. Chopping the line means, do your work. Put in the work. And nobody can accuse me of not putting in the work.
That's not what
I'm not chopping any line. There's no benefit from me doing the things that I do. I do it from a country. And if you come and ask me to do anything from a country, whether netball or football or volleyball, I am going to say yes. So look, I'm not telling you how to run your life. You probably shouldn't tell me either how to run mine. Just think about it. I don't know what you're doing with your life, and I don't care. Basically.
Okay.
So second bucket, so we'll move on because we have 2 other ballers.
So move on.
Second bucket, we can move on.
So the second bucket would be the manner in which you ascended to the role, which is, I'm going to say chairman of the technical committee, and you can correct me if I'm wrong there. And
I'm
then
not the chairman of the technical committee. Didn't I tell you? Are you like no deaf? I have given up the role.
No, Mr. Speid, I said the manner in which you ascended. So I'm not saying that's what you're doing. No, I said the manner in which you ascended. So at some point in time, you would have been affiliated with the technical committee, and you can tell me what the role was. And then you became an advisor, and then you became the head coach. So a lot of persons would, and including myself, would have an issue with the manner in which you ascended to the role. That's the second bucket. I really don't care about it because the fact is you are here now. So me talk about where me really want to talk about. So and
So
you
again,
can
again, Carla, there's a board who vote for me to do all of those, or like 11 people. You don't understand how business run, how things run. You think I put myself there? I cannot put myself there.
okay. All right, fine. Move on. No, where me really want to talk about, and you can fact check me here if I am incorrect. You seem to favor the position that we don't necessarily need to retain majority possession of the ball in order for us to be successful. Correct me if that's not your stance.
No. If you ask anybody that coach against me, then don't have a clue when I go do either match. One day I come and I have 78% possession, and the next day I only want 48. Nobody know what I'm going to do when they play against me. Ask anybody who coach against me. They don't have a clue when I go do. I can beat you numerous ways and different ways. And that's one of my strengths.
Okay.
Hold on, Sean. Sean, you have 30 seconds. You see other callers come on and you make them gone. So we can't run everybody as well for your dribble. And coach say, I'm going to make a dribble, ask a 3 bucket. So 30 seconds. If you have a question, ask a question, but we'll have to try and get in at least a few other persons.
So it seems that your position on that has changed. I could be wrong, but it seems your position has changed. So here is the question. Everybody realized that Jamaica has a problem in the middle of the pitch. Without giving away any game day secrets, what have you done, or what do you intend to do to fix the issue that the whole world know that we have in the middle of the pitch? And again, it's ball position.
Well, if you notice, every team that I pick, I'm more than stuck with midfield. I mean, I have adequate midfielders. Not like first time I used to see 2 midfielders or 3 midfielders, so we have to use defensive player to play midfielders. The both teams that I've picked so far, them have 6 midfielders, which means never cover for everybody that start out, because we're playing now 4-3-3 formation. So that's a change.
All right, Sean. Give thanks for your call, me. Make sure you smash the like button, me, and make sure you have subscribed to the show. You know, I totally forget to put on the subscriber mode. I should. And next time I put on subscriber mode. People, we have 370 people here. And subscribe to the show and big up yourself. If you have anything last for session, because you exit, big up yourself. That's it.
No. Thanks for taking the time to answer the questions. Have a good night.
All right. Have a good night. Big up yourself, Sean. All right. First guys in the building. I told the ball of them gone in a start. The line is long. So, first guys in the building. First guy, what say you? Big up yourself. Welcome to the show.
Good night, Mr. Speid.
Good night, sir.
Party TV. People like up the channel on the street.
Yes.
What the previous caller was saying, I am in no way bound to ask any questions regarding to what he just said, but I think it was idiotic of him to be throwing those tantrums and questions toward Mr. Speid.
Hey, you don't need to keep it respectful. You don't need to call me.
No, man, we just not call name, we just say that was unnecessary to talk about football.
All right, fire. Focus, fast. Focus, Lord.
Focus. So, Mr. Speid, let me ask you a few questions. After that, the diaspora players separately from the local players, or let's say the heritage players separately from the local players. What form of passion can you differentiate between the local players that we have from the heritage players? And do you see any form of passion and drive from those heritage players that you can say, okay, they are willing to fight for the flag on the country?
Kind of corruption, this now.
No, it's a logical question. I wouldn't say
no, the coach I got answer. That's a great thing with a coach I got answer.
You see, one of the reasons why I may put out my criteria, because there's nowhere in there where say anything about where the player born, right?
Yes.
You know, I believe seriously that private sector buy the best things, right? Private sector people buy the best things. So if you're in the top 20 league in the world, somebody really think you're good. I mean, just think about it. There's about 200 odd professional league in the world. No, not so much, about 150. So if you really in the top 20 in the world, somebody really, really thinks you're good. So I am saying whether player born locally or foreign or as a heritage player, to try get in the top 20, because from there on, it's not just me, Rudolph Speid, thinks you're good, somebody else thinks you're good. And the truth is, we know that Jamaica, what we know as coaches in Jamaica, we're still behind the best coaches in the world. So I would never tell anybody that I'm the best, better than the people who coach in those top 20. For you to get a job in a top 20 league, trust me, you go through the ringer and you know what you do, basically. So I never tried to look at local or overseas player. We just try to pick the best player who can do the job. And that's what my record is, even from a coach in the Premier League. I always find a way to win because I always pick the best player who can do the job on that given day. So, and transparency. Okay, so, you see, I'm a 34 my pick. I just tell you, 40% are born in Jamaica and 60% born overseas.
All right, so I was really asking for you to tell
me. No, but me I tell you, because me know what people believe. May I tell you, because as me say, people might not believe because they don't want to believe me. I the most transparent.
So, a breaking news that again? Yeah. Another breaking news. I'm supposed to all over. John was tonight and I will get a lot of breaking news.
So the man asks a good question and begin a good answer. Yeah. So you know what got me now. Everybody will start cuss. Anybody who live on local side will start crying. Anybody who live on diaspora side will say should I 80-20 and then you hear next man say no, to be honest, I never look on it that way, just turn up that way and then because I know say it's a topic where everybody want to hear, we just do the matter. Okay, that's what it work out to be.
So here's a big question now. I'm sure you're aware of the whole Nigeria versus North Caledonia scenario that's taking place. You're supposed to get an answer from the governing body to find out if you're actually going to play Nigeria or if they're going to like rescind North Caledonia to say yes, give Nigeria the spot instead of North Caledonia. So in a manner of this case, are we, or should we say you and the squad, prepared to face anybody in regards to if they give Nigeria or they continue in North Caledonia?
So you never hear me say first. Me think say them should just dash the whole of them and just make the match for the World Cup be between us and New Caledonia. Because that's just too complex right now. That's my view. But on a serious note, no, for right now, we just focus on the tour we know about. If something happens in a next couple of days, I think we'll have enough time to change our focus on the second team. And whosoever come through. But for now, we're not going to waste our time and try to think about three teams because the truth is, it's not just Nigeria alone. They are coming with the defeat. They defeated other teams too.
Yeah. So we are fully prepared. Tactically, technically, physically. You say the team, whichever teams that you pick, because I'll say like it's a lot of teams that you have there at your disposal now, a lot of players. So you're saying we're mentally prepared to go in.
Yes, I remember I say as I said before, coach not really lucky in them final tactics or what them ever do in a game till probably the last 5 days, before the game actually play. Nobody not lucky in none. Them think about all of the scenarios and then the nearer they get to the game is more certain them is what is it they are going to do. And it will be the same whosoever FIFA decides that we're going to play. So we're not really worrying about that because, that's not productive. We could just keep on doing what we're doing, do the work, and then when the obstacle come, we'll try to get over it.
Okay. So finally, you can give me a starting goalkeeper.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yo, everybody know we captain, man. Everybody know who we captain.
Yeah, the next caller call in, ask about we starting centre back. Next caller asks about starting right.
Next thing the whole 11 out there.
That's a good one, Pascal. Man. That's a good one, I swear.
Alright, man, as I respect and
Yeah, man,
proud
cool.
of the achievements that you have so far, and
Thank you.
even for Cavalier, I hope they progress further and go to higher heights. Even for all the Premier League teams in our country,
Yeah,
we hope
man.
them
Yeah, it's
go
our
to higher
Cavalier
heights.
rebuilding year, so it's like a really rough, but it's Cavalier rebuilding year, you know. We lose about 18 players from last season squad, so that's how it is.
Yeah, just one like a small question, and like you could just give us a answer for this one. What can you offer or say to the current upcoming coaches for them to get their license, or to be even at your level or even bigger than your level? What can you offer them?
I hope them get better than me. I am just like trying to blaze the trail so other coaches know that they can do the same, you know. But I'm sure eventually I wouldn't be the most talented coach in Jamaica after a while. You see, what you want to do is to build a big pool, and then the cream just rise to the top. So I really, that's my job, really, you know, as you know, that I had before the chairman of the technical committee, to make people know of the possibilities of bettering themselves, coach, management, you know, the works, clubs, the work. So, no, man, we get in there, we're very serious about it, and we're not stop until we get better and better at it. What we want, you see, I told people all the time, I was just jealous of the athletics people, what they achieved, they become world beat. And the only reason why they did it is because they're GC Foster and train all of those good coaches. I have seen coaches, you know, like I'm going to visit one of my friend one day, and I saw this athletics coach. It looked like him not nobody for coach. So him had the kids then running around around about and I time it. You see what happened there? And I was just amazed and said, okay. So now we have so much of these coaches turn out at GC Foster that they have to find kids to coach. It's the same thing with football. I want us to have so many good coaches so they can find kids to coach until Jamaica become a world beater in football. I think we can get into the top 30 when we have our development projects them going.
Okay, respect Fosca. You have any closing
Thank you
speech?
very much. Well, just like I said, thank you very much for everything that you have done before. Thank you for everything that you'll be doing, that you're doing now, and progressing us, Jamaica, brand Jamaica, towards the World Cup.
Yeah,
And
man.
final thing, we know this, a lot of people have put fire upon it. The jersey color with the red whip in it, you know, represent we. You know, we know it's represent you. I understand we never come off away the Bob Marley business and support, you know. But
Yeah, no,
what we can give.
we have to find something to cuss about that. So
We're not
Alright, Pascal, big up
we
yourself,
can't give
man.
them a Bob Marley, alright.
Bob Marley, be a Bob Marley, be a one love.
yeah.
Alright, Pascal, big up yourself, Pascal. Coach, 2 super chat they come in. Somebody that say give him the nonsense meter. When I get the nonsense meter still, but to each his own. Code 33 TV says Speed don't run from the junglist, they will win the JPL. Man say a junglist will win the JPL this year.
And my answer to that is that yes, we need some help kind of Kasafa just me alone every year. Year back a year, me alone I carry fight. Me need help, junglist. Yeah, come help me.
Alright. New Year is in the building. New Year, what say you? Welcome to the show. But hold on, before you go New Year, the link is in the description. Glenn, ask the link and somebody else ask the link. Coach, I know say if it's up to you, you're there all night, but me have to have a cutoff point. So give me a cutoff point, please. Give me a time so I can know we have a time or work with. Give me a time.
The next 15 minutes or I don't know. Or if you want to go to you did the on it before me come on, right?
A little bit, me never there long enough, but
what do you tell me? Me no want to go past the next half hour, so
half hour. Alright, half hour max, people. So half hour max. We're gonna do that. New Year, what say you?
Good night. Thanks for taking my call. You know, and
respect.
You know, I wanna say that I appreciate the coach for giving you and us the time.
Respect.
Coach Speed, over the years, there have been several issues affecting the team. And I could belabor the point, but I'm not going to, so I'm going to try to move forward. And in moving forward, I think if the team is going to be successful, these are two core issues that I think has to be resolved. Players playing in their correct position, player for the position, right? And I am going to use Demarai Gray and Cephas to illustrate my point, right? Demarai Gray was played out of position to accommodate Cephas. And in my mind, that is not the best way to go.
Crispy, Crispy, you have to make it a bit quicker because you're not asking a question. So I don't know how long the dribbling is going to be. So I just tell you, other people there on the line, ask a question. I know you make a point, but you have to make the point quick and then you ask a question because you have to get other people a choice. Remember, we're not going past 30 minutes. So make a point real quick. May I give you 30 seconds to make a point and 30 seconds to ask a question. Go ahead.
Okay, so coach, what do you think about that, the point of playing players in their correct position?
I agree with you 100%.
All right. You have a next question, Crispy?
And my second point is picking the best professional player for the position. For example, I don't think there is another position. So the best professional player for the position was not selected. I want to ask the coach if that.
Crispy, we are struggling for areas still now. Here we are, the Crispy. Here I'm going to do for you. I know I read most of the super chat, but leave your question in the comment section and let me ask the coach. All right? Because it seems.
Yeah, what I think he was trying to say that the best player for each position was not selected. But again, it's a perspective that, I mean, is the coach prerogative to pick who he thinks is the best player. It's difficult for us to stay for a second guess a coach when it comes to that. So I'm going to say that I agree with this first point. The second point is up for grabs. I hope Miro will just say. The second point, I can't give him a definitive answer. Because I mean, you don't know if the other player injured or whatever the issue. You know, the issue is the player might tell the coach say no one play. All of these things happen. So I can't give him an answer on that.
Enough respect. Here, Crispy. If you have anything else to say, just say in the comment section. I'll pick it out and ask the coach. My apologies for that. All right, Crispy. Big up yourself. Yeah, hear me, Crispy? Yeah, I don't know. Something wrong with him.
You hear my answer. First one, I agree. Second one, still the jury is still out.
All right, Glenn, welcome to the show. Good night. What say you?
Pree TV. Fisherman here.
Fisherman is in the building.
Fisherman is in the building. Mr. Speid. Good night, Mr. Speid.
Good night.
Full speed ahead. Fisherman said that. Yeah, man, full speed ahead. Them call me your boot licker, and all of them things.
The boot. Yeah, the boot.
Yeah, man, they say me not criticize. They say me not criticize you, none at all. Me not beat you. You know? Because me not come call you. Me not come call you.
Where you beat me for? You're not my father. Where you beat me
for? Me not come call your names. Say you're not good and you're a thief and you mash up Jamaica football. So them beat me every time. And they hear me, them say, see the boot liquor, yeah. So me say, respect to you, Mr. Speid. And them a part in the national anthem say, stir response to duty call. I'm a big you up for that every time.
Hold on, fisherman. Give me 1 second. Cause I have up this comment I'm not even realize. Tafari sent in another super chat. Said Jamaica is the only country head coach own and coach a club at the same country. Wonder why we're at this point. What is your thoughts on that? Is that factual, coach? First thing first.
No, it's not true. So, and him could just go up on chat GPT and see all the coach. Somebody even post one in the group. A man, a coach, a team, and the top man now, must be Germany and in their one next team, same way. So, and there's a whole about history where people coach national team and coach club team. And I said before, I have an interim position for a couple months. For one, I have a specific thing, and that don't rise to the level that you must give up me other stuff them to do if you have an interim thing to do. So, yeah, it's not true, but thank him for his super chat.
Yo, Speed said we got his super chat. Speed said coach said hold on there. Well, let me get in the next one here real quick. The coach, me I come Mexico, me still believe. So it's not a question. Gilly, I
need them support. Make sure you get your ticket. So nobody come there and can't get in. I need your support. Yes, we come to Mexico and support your country and your team. As I said before, people, you don't even understand what I do. Right now, whether I'm sure at some point in time I might not like somewhere up in Jamaica, but from a Jamaica play, I don't want to hear nothing else. At Jamaica, I say, I just saw me stay. I mean, now stop say so and stay so.
Yeah, got you, fisherman.
Yeah, as me say, Mr. Speed, just handle your business because you see enough of the daughters them. You go and go out there, and turn over the team them, and them same one, They have to force to come cheer for you, because them have this thing like, I know Jamaica them say. If you say Jamaica, you put certain things behind you, man, and move forward. And at that, may I say full speed ahead, and me not stop say that until when the last whistle blow. Then, if we don't make it a so, we move on again. And the thing when me like, when we see the under 17 qualify, and that's supposed to open up the eyes of the ball of them and make them know, say, look here, if the youth them can do it, we can come out here and do it too.
Yes, and I think the girl them are got the three peat, and go work up in a guy, them are going good. So
yeah, man.
Things on the up, man, Jamaica football. Man.
All the daughters them and the people them when they a ball and look like they want to have a heart attack through your coaching team. Fling that one side and come on board and make and cheer on the team. Cause I feel you can do it. And I feel the youth them all go they go do it. Them feel the first hurdle. And I think them all step up this time. Anybody where you put out there and go there, go put them best foot forward. And when I want to ask you, I hear you say something about Lambert. I think that player they get a raw deal every time still, I think him get a raw deal. I don't know if him going in your squad, but I think I would if he get a fair. I don't think he get a fair chance in the national team. Them call him up, and by the time them call that one Gold Cup tournament, and he was one of the best midfield, and all of a sudden then just drop him out of the squad. I see you call him back in the Grenada match where they, and I don't see him in the squad now. I don't know if you see what you want to see already.
Those players don't know. No, then gone back to them club. Remember, it's not a FIFA winner. The club is not obliged to let them go. Even in the first match, we just asked them to let them go in the first match. So then gone back to them club. They're not available.
I'm not hearing nothing.
No, I'm saying that those players are not available.
Oh, hola. That means you have to go. All right. So you have to go listen at the comment section then. Here, because coach I got answer. Seems like something wrong with your name. All right, fisherman, big up yourself. But you can answer, coach. You'll listen in the comment section.
Yeah, I was saying that a lot of the players that play in the first game, the clubs, they're not available for the second game because they're back into full preseason training, and it's not a FIFA window, so the club is not willing to let them go. But what you said about Lambert, there's a lot of times we don't even have. We have 4 midfielders in a squad, and we probably could have looked at him some more. Cause he's a player that has been playing for us, I think, from he was 17 years of age.
Yeah.
And he's always in a job and playing around. But yeah, we're looking at him to see if he can help.
Yeah. While I talk about Lambert, so what players like Speedy Williams, LA, the door is not closed on Well, I guess the criteria I have to think, but all right, I always have to remember.
Yeah,
All right,
the criteria.
look at that question, because the criteria come first. Bet Buckle Boss, welcome to the show.
Go on, Mr. Speed. Big up yourself, man.
Big up. Thanks.
Big up, King. I have a
Big
quick
up yourself.
question. What can you get Mother Silk in the team? Is he still interested coming?
Well, him have a passport and him
Well, we don't talk here, so Mr. Speed. We don't need to go no further. You need to fly out, go straight to England tomorrow morning. We can have my sister come pick you up at the airport, and we need to go. We don't know more talking, Mr. Speed.
We can't go to England tomorrow. That's all I tell you. We are going on March.
We can't book your ticket, man.
Man, I'll fly out. I make him sister come pick you up.
I'll send you the flight and you just book it for me.
Yeah. work for the player then, see if you can get him. I think him and Ravel could make a big impact inside the middle. So work for the player there, please.
All right.
And listen, your brother just when him fisherman both talk about Lambert. Lambert is them done. If you care about Lambert, you're under pressure. If you care about Lambert, you're under pressure.
All right. Let me opinions see that comment.
Under pressure from who?
Well, a lot of us will defend you. Me I beg you. Them the days they done, Mr. Speed. Them the days they done. We want some fresh players in our midfield. We are come to fight. Lambert, them days done. Them now left for USL and MLS. Them the days they done, brother.
All right, Belt Buckle Boss. You know some more. Me have to stop here, right? You know some more. Why I feel like when you know the players them watch the show and them family them. But understand your opinion still about.
Yeah.
You see me, remember say players them.
Pay my money, travel the world, go watch Jamaica and from Vegas to California to Mexico next month.
Well, yeah, MLS in a top 10 league in the world, you know, so nobody disrespect MLS.
No, Mr. Speed, we're going for another level now. But big up yourself, keep doing your good work, sir.
Yeah,
all right, one love.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Belt Buckle Boss. You know, so J.A. Hummingbird was saying that she have some more questions. But tell her, J.A. Hummingbird, you're not calling the show. Super chat. They might try to give everybody a fair chance tonight, J.A. Hummingbird. I can't say that. But I was gonna ask games at hand because I know when I talk about the game, Martinique game, I know when I really talk about it. What are some of the things you're looking forward to see, Mr. Speed, from the players? What are some of the things we can look forward to? Because the tiki taka, or I just say we don't know what are the things that we are experiment with now, what we can look forward to from the Martinique game. Because we're watching Martinique game now, we're tuning in and we're watch. So what can we look for in that Martinique game?
Well, I mean, as I said before, one of the things I was trying to achieve is to make sure that we have that 11, one in each position, just in case there's an emergency. When I get caught, caught out and struggling to fill any gaps that might be there. Because we're going to try and ensure that the players understand what we're trying to do before March. And those players that excel will be just jotting in them name and say, look here, these are the backup players that we have, just in case. And you know football is, you might just think, say, you're not a chance, and somebody drop out and you're in. So that is one of the things that we're trying to achieve. So the players really have it all. The ball is in the players' court at this particular point if they want to make some contribution to the whole effort. So that is really what we're trying to do. Anything else me tell you talk about it? I'll give you some things. Give you some.
Yeah. Fair enough. J.A. Hummingbird, you see how me respond to you. A whole heap of comments are coming in. J.A. Hummingbird, it's impossible for me to go through all of the comments. That's why the super chat button did it, and that's why I'm gonna drop the link so Issa can join. Issa, welcome to the show. What say you?
Night, Mr. Speed, night King, night viewers. In regards to your coaching staff, Mr. Speed, I already made mention that you wouldn't want the two games to be the first time the coaching staff is getting together and all of that. You have to know who you can trust, stuff like that. You had said. What is it like now? This is going to be the second game in. How is it that you see your coaching staff is coming together, and what are some of the pros and cons of the system, being that some of your coaching staff have not been with you physically as yet?
No, they're fantastic. They bring together so many different strengths. That is just amazing. As you know, Michael is with one of the best team in the world as we speak. So he would have had some experiences there. He was the assistant coach at Tottenham Hotspur. He was an assistant coach, for our country. He's really under the radar, but he's a 44-year-old Jamaican mother and father, so he's well locked in on our fortunes. Miguel Coley has a lot of experience where he is, and quiet, unassuming, firm, and understand the game particularly well. As you know, Pert is a budding, rising superstar. He's our director of football. So I think, Aaron Lawrence is our goalkeeper coach. It's like the Avengers, man, come together. They are really good. And I'm pleased to just work with all of them. So I don't have any issues. All the things that I would have tried to test to see how they would react under pressure, they have lived up to the expectations and more. I'm good.
And you have 2 games. You said that the first one, the Grenada, now this one, the Martinique. What was your objective of having, mainly these 2 games? Was it just, for the coaching staff? Was it to see players? If you care to answer that.
Multiple reasons. I mean, this is always the months for the past 4 years that we try to give local players an opportunity to play for the national teams, because we know that the top guns wouldn't be available. So we continue that. In addition, there was some players in the list of 52, which I wanted to look at up close and personal to see if they would be a part of the 26-man squad to actually play in the playoffs. So that would have been second. And as I said, third, the coaches. Coaches is an integral part of the game, make up probably 30% of the success, and we needed to ensure that we work together as a team. People didn't have any ears about them. They know what their roles was, and these roles would have been more defined the more we play. So there was just a lot of reasons why those 2 games was important.
Well, before you go again, Issa, if you have another question, Coach, I was supposed to ask about one of my personal favorites. Them now, angling na then that squad and angling in the previous squad, and then I saw a report yesterday break on the internet to say that disciplinary thing like his dropped. Angling one of my ball them not coach. Is the reports true? If you care to say about that as well, because I'm seeing it on the internet.
Say anything else on the internet, probably not 100%, but it goes something like that.
So if you negotiate, but that not mean so like him is not fully right off. Him still have a chance, or it's just drop from the squad, or it sound like you don't really want.
No. I'm not running, because remember I tell you already, there's a floor. I'm not go below the floor, and if a player go below the floor, that's it.
The floor.
Yeah, there's a. When me say there's a floor.
Oh yeah. The standard.
Yeah, me not go below the floor, not for nobody at all. But and you not have to worry if it only apply to local players. No, it apply to heritage players too. Everybody to apply to. Me not go below the floor. There's a standard where you have to uphold.
Oh, whoa. All right, go ahead, Issa. Cause me never.
This is just my final question. These 2 games that we were organized. Has it put any financial strain on the JFF any at all to get these 2 games organized, or it was budgeted for and it was always something that you all planned for?
No, the JFF budgeted for the games, but budget and cash are 2 different things, But these games is a part of our annual development expenses that we had earmarked to use for developing players who we believe as a future in the game. So we always bring them in, make them understand what international football is about, and hope they can kick on sometime down the road, so they can come back and better the Jamaican national team. So it's a plan that we have for the last 4 years. You would have seen that it hasn't matured some of the time because, the issues that we have with coaches that didn't want to live here. But we're committed to it. Yeah, it's expensive. Sometimes we could have do without it, but we thought it's a necessary part. If you have players playing in your leagues and then don't have out, then don't know where they're going, you might not be as productive as you think. So this was designed for development, but in this particular year, as I said before, we use it for other things too.
All right, thank you.
Big up yourself. It's a name I'm off ask about, coach. I'm gonna pick it out. Jonathan Rowe. One of my favorite ballers them again. Aware of the ball, are you looking at him because to ask about Brooks on the right, you say big Jonathan Rowe. What can you say?
Yeah, but Jonathan Rowe, as you know, he would have played for England 2 years ago. Or 2 years ago.
England U21.
Yeah, England under 21. England for that age group, yeah.
Yeah, and him win Euros. I think he win Euros with I think he would have win Euros with Omar Hutchinson was on that team.
But yeah. A passport.
I think he have a passport, man, because I think he was one of the players them where it was touted that he used the passport to free up one of the EU spots them. I think that was going around in the media.
Yeah, him have a passport.
Have a passport. Okay, so I'm stand a chance then.
Him have a passport.
You're keeping an eye on the player?
Yeah, big player. Yeah, him have a passport. I'm sure him have a passport. Big player.
Okay, big player. Big player on the hear that people. Big player.
But him was at the age where he could just probably still be tempted not to play for us. I must say that.
Oh wow.
And so is Hutchinson. Somebody keep on asking about Hutchinson. So is Hutchinson.
So is all the age
that he will be tempted not to play for us.
Oh. Very interesting. Well, coach, I think I did justice to most of the questions. I tried my best, people. It was a pleasure, coach. I'm not going to really hold in a longer. I think that we got most of the questions out the way. And as again, coach, as a national team head coach, Reggae Boyz head coach, where you have 6 million people. 6 million people now, no coach. I look to you for help carry across because it's a one team, the players and the coaching staff. We are look towards you for help carry across the line. Because we are going to work up in the coach. We are going to work up in and we want to watch Jamaica more weird. Actually, at that short time, I'm probably go weird and I'm not there. No, we should. But we have fire is a late edge. I still wonder, I wear my red, gold, and green shirt. I'm a black. I figure it out. But who want to wear a black, gold, and green, red, gold? I'm confused. Who want to wear a jersey? But fire there, fire. Yeah, get the last questions to the coach. What say you? Big up yourself. Welcome to the show, fire. What go on?
Bless up, Ball Pree TV. Bless up, Sir Speed.
Respect,
Yeah, me have, 2 questions really. Me hear people always talk about Jamaica best formation. We just want to hear what you think is Jamaica best formation. And do you pick the formation according to the opponent, or you pick the formation according to your players?
Yeah, well, so there's different thinking about it, right? Look, formation can't make you win a game. I can tell you that up front. Formation can't be the reason why you win. But funny enough, formation can make you lose. It's something that we coaches say. You might not even agree with it. So, but it depends on who you're playing. Perspective is everything. If you play a team, there used to be one coach who say, "Oh, who may I play Saturday?" and then tell him and say, "How much defender I need?" and then him pick the formation. He just ask himself, can this team score a goal? No, he probably use less defensive player. Can the team score a lot of goals? He use more defensive player, right? So that's how simple it is at the simplest form. If you know, say a team like Man City, you play Man City who can keep the ball and you can't get it clearly, and you can see the teams in the English Premier League, them use more defensive player. Them try to make sure so them have 5 in the back line or 5 in the middle line of resistance. So the truth is, there's no best formation, but you have to keep. If you play a team that you think is not as good as your team, then you might decide to just use more attacking players because you can overwhelm them. For me, 4-3-3 is very balanced. If you ask my personal best formation, is 4-3-3, very balanced, and you have two players all over the pitch, almost in every line. So yeah, that's what I would say.
But for piggyback on that question that Fire asked, coach, one I think I realize, especially with defenders, a lot of them are play in a back three. So does that familiarity of playing in a back three coming into the thought process, especially when we chicken them or we eggs them, but especially if we get past a New Caledonian, we're gonna play Congo or Nigeria with the back three. Because I think Lati not playing a back three now, but King, Freckleton, back three, most of the defenders them last time, Ethan Pinnock last time, Bell.
You're right.
So
all of them playing a back three, yeah.
So you guys are thinking about that because they're more suited. If they are doing that at them club level, game in, game out, it probably has something. I guess you guys are looking at that as well, right?
Yeah. No, but look at that. We know who can play for playing our back three, who will play for playing our back four. All of that we would have gone through already and look at it. But I go back to formation again. Formation can't make you win, just trust me. But it can make you lose. If you choose the wrong formation, it can make you lose. But I don't think formation can make you win. Because the truth is, once you start playing, you might have see some teams defending, the formation look different than when they're attacking. So a lot of teams are so flexible with formation depending on the nature of the game and what they need to survive or they need to score a goal.
Okay. Do you have any other question?
Yeah, I have one more. I'm gonna kind of lose my thought. All right, so about me see a comment the other day. I read an article. This guy, Eric Redemaker, him do an article on TVJ the other day, and he make a statement say the coaches in Jamaica, the grassroots coaches are more concerned about winning than developing the players to be like to sell them and them will come back for help the senior team. What do you think about like that whole statement he made?
I don't have to really answer to what him saying. But my thing is, all of the people who say that because they know win none. Come on. Winning is not everything, is the only thing. And don't tell me say player can't develop because you teach him to win. That's not true. You can teach player to win from a young age and then still developing. Why you think they're going to win? It's because they're developing. So I don't buy to that. It's an old cliche, and I don't buy to that at all. Because winners are developed players. You don't win games and you're not developed. Think about it. All of the teams, even young teams that go out and win things, the players' development is better than the teams that they are beating. So I don't subscribe to that in any at all.
But coach, from my basic coaching thing when me did do, I think I coach some under 9s when we do overseas and under 11s and 30s. But what I think some of them did say is that at that age, those players, them not count like goals and winnings.
Goals, yeah.
So it's like them that try break out the idea of winning and just focus on development. So I think probably at this so
but don't mistake development with trying to win. It's two different things. So how you coach players in your coaching session, that's where most of the development is, and then you play games. It goes hand in hand. You can't develop without playing games, and you can't develop without coaching. So at the level of coaching is what you do on those days, actually develop the players, because you remember you're coaching 10 hours and you play 2 or 1.5, right? So, but people keep on saying you don't have to win anything, but I'm telling you, is the people who can't win anything say so. People who win things don't say that none at all. I tell you. Just go back.
You know, say I to end the show. I feel like at the right. Yes, we have to end the show. We have to read that.
Well, me have one more small question though, sir.
Make it quick.
Who have your previous position as advisor?
Are we the advisor?
That more recommending a Sir Speed.
No, but I'm willing to listen to everybody because look here. Everybody have different skill set, you know. But you know, so people tell me things, I want me to pick sense out of most of the nonsense. You still, people, I watch you show them, and I get little ideas, and sometimes it's difficult for me to research every single player. So I'm glad when all the shows them come on and people are research playing, and I say, you know, even some of my greatest critics them, when you see them are research players, and I said, I want to play this and I want to play this and when I'm doing a show, you know, even, you know, nobody want to call a name, but and them really help me in a way people wouldn't understand that about it, and it's true, you know. I watch it show them because them really help me.
All right. So now, Sir Speed, now we know, so we have a job.
We're going
to take it and we're going to run with it. So right before the game, them, we're going to do a show and we're going to gather up all of the information we think you can use to your advantage. And you just have to tune in. It's going to be a pre-match. We are going to do for our own pre-match show.
Yeah, it's not try program coach.
We're not program. Listen, Sir Speed. If you fail, we fail too. So if you win, we win too.
There was a pre-match show, you know. There is some show that people do with some facts. You know, when you carry facts to the table, not emotions. It actually helped me to put certain things in a perspective because we think we don't learn from each other. That's how adults learn the most, you know, not by reading books or anything. It's like by listening to people and have interactions. People really learn a lot from that, and I am no different, you know, because some of the time, if you do the research harder than if you listen to somebody who's sensible and can hear some pointers. No, it's true.
Yeah, for real. I have to big you up on. I don't think we ever seen a coach as transparent as you are since, like, in my whole lifetime. I never see a coach up on YouTube with we as the fans yet. Is me? So I have to big you up for that. I have to say, wish you all the best. Is it me? We there have to cheer for you. We there have to beat you same way if you lose. But we there a joke, man. We there have to cheer for you same way.
But you know, I mean, I have no problem with that. Just be fair.
Just the fans, you know emotions are gonna get involved.
Fear. No, I'm saying be fair. I mean, I have no problem.
Yeah, for real.
My man criticize me. Come on. Look here. Everybody who criticize me are part of my journey, you know. That just make me get stronger. Trust me, you know, I get me weak and because you criticize me. That's not going to happen. So if that's your motive, it don't make sense. You must criticize me to make me get better, because that's all I got.
Yeah, for real. Constructive criticism. That is it, man. But bless up, CMA. Respect.
Respect, yeah.
Big up, we are running up the show now. You see, Danny Dread, Mr. Speed, Danny Dread say, you're good. King, me, like him, I say, me, I tell you. Danny Dread, after you cut off.
I can give me some lick more time, but I'm a good smart man.
Yeah, but after you cut off point, Danny Dread, after you cut off point. But the last super chat, I want to read a few comments before me read the last super chat because I hit that I'm not take no more caller. That's gonna be it. The last thing I want to say is that Keenan Davis, somebody asked about Keenan Davis. I see him name pop up a couple times. So I have to ask Keenan Davis. I think you did talk about him already, because you first hear you talk about Keenan Davis. Anything you want to say about Keenan Davis?
Yeah, I talked to him a couple times.
What? Talk to him a couple people? All over again. Yo, people, they can't get a better show than this tonight. This has been something else. I think there's one more comment there before me. Oh yeah, Jonathan question was asked already. Alright. So people, I hit that, the last thing on the screen is gonna be the last super chat. And this is it. Sean Blake send it in, Sir Speed. I need Mr. Speed back for a technical QA run it back, Mr. Speed, run it back. So it was a pleasure, coach. Manala, I think 3 hours, 2.5 hours worth of real education. It was really good, coach. And may I say this, if I don't get the interview again or have you an interview before the playoffs, coach, all the best, coach, all the best. All the best, you don't know, go out there and do all the best. I would say just be clear about your thoughts. Make sure say you use all the expertise, John, all the expertise around you, and go out there, go fix the thing where you don't mess up already. Soup pot, we have put it on back and fix it. Take out the dumpling, them wash them off back, and we are there work up in whatever color. And coach, it was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure having you over here, coach. All the best. Martinique game, we're gonna watch the players them, we're gonna watch, we're gonna see who really you see me, we're gonna be the advisor, as you say, because no advisor is there to the coach. People, we are the advisor. So we have to watch and spot and see if we can do our job as well as support and give our best information. But coach, thanks so much for passing through. All the best going forward, and it was excellent as usual, coach. Big up yourself, all right?
Thank you for having me, man. Anytime. Respect. I respect to all the listeners. Cool.
Big up yourself, coach. Big up, big up. People, there you have it, That was Mr. Rudolph Speid, the head coach of the Jamaican national football team. You can't have it any better than that. That was, for me, people, that was fun, and that was information, good information in a way I call it now, in the best way possible. You get me? I say, me don't know who come over, beat him, and the man never run from, no question. And I think most thing was answer. So I think most people enjoy the show like myself, you see me? And until next time, people, you don't know, we have to leave you guys with the national anthem. People, now hit that like button on your way out. Hit that like button. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and hit that like button. Share the show as well. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You see me, we have some constructive criticism, constructive reasoning. This is what we're supposed to be doing, people. You get me? I say, get a point across, get a point answered, and all that. But people, until next time, you don't know. It's a boy King. You don't know the Pree, people. You don't know the Pree. It was a pleasure. I think it was a big show indeed. Fire, it was a big show indeed. I think it was an excellent show. Until next time, people, you don't know. Well, go and take care of yourself, people. One love, you don't know, it's Reggae Boyz, you don't know. Reggae Boyz, we are gonna work up, people, we are gonna work up. We don't know which jersey we are gonna wear, but we are gonna work up. I don't know, people. Big up for yourself, people. Until next time, I'm gonna leave you with the national anthem of the show.
When Pree TV, big them up. Yes, sir, when they catch it for me, big up Pree TV. Like, share, subscribe. Boom! I don't know about Pree TV, we are big up, I don't know. Boom! I go on Pree TV, you don't know how to take. Big up yourself every time. Like, share, and subscribe to Pree TV.
I will tell them, say, Pree TV, I will tell them thirst is nothing. Zoom in for the diamond then.
Oh,
image
shit.
is everything. Obey your image, I will make them know. I've seen enough TV before, but I've never seen a TV like this. I've seen enough station before, Pree TV, the one you top the list. Room! Shizzle for cheesy. I didn't know big enough Pree TV would be so easy. Kaboom! Room! Sham! Kaboom!